Welcome back, everyone, to Wake of the Red Death, where this time I will not go on a tangent about any Disney live-action remakes. Last time we were here, the gang went through a swamp. A Hydra may or may not have been flirted with. Once prominent villain was turned into a jackass in a literal sense. And all is well. We rejoin our heroes in the swamp, the Desolate Mire, as it is known, on their way to the north of northern Mediterra to do some stuff. We rejoin them in our adventure already in progress.
All is well, which means it's time to summon a literal demon.
This is how to summon a demon lord.
Is Andromalius a lord?
He's something. I forget his exact name.
But
he's like, I'm pretty sure he's mid-tier of demon aristocracy.
But he's still aristocracy, so
I mean, every
He's a
demon
knight.
every demon that's not an imp has a title. Is he a knight? Is he only a knight?
Well, I don't know, but he has the vibes of a knight. I think he was a marquis. I don't know.
Let me. You know what? Now it's gonna bug me. So I'm gonna give me a second. I'm gonna get up the notes.
Some sort of weird update happened. I can technically stream OBS from Discord. What the fuck even would that be? I'm not going to.
Andromalius, you're in the layer of greed. Where are you, buddy? Marquis Andromalius. So yeah, he's rank below Duke, which is pretty fucking high, actually. He's Alicino class.
Like his grandma's only a dame.
Which is, a knight, the lowest rank of nobility, but still a rank of nobility.
I spent the inventory points to give us a full restore via tent.
How much inventory points do you have in total?
I have 2 left.
Like it will spend the inventory point because she has 8.
Mm-hmm.
We all have at least a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it has 8 inventory points, so might as well use the person with a fuck ton.
I have 6 currently, but my max is also 8.
When it comes to equipment, it's not cumulative. It's one person's got to burn that much, but it's already been done, and replacing inventory points is trivial, so I've already marked it on my sheet. Let's get this shit started.
Oh yeah, I got
Let's get it started, huh? Let's get it started in here.
Anyways, like it has 4 points left now.
Good. Reaching into his pocket, Alex, after a moment of hesitation, withdraws the coin given to him by Andromalius. He holds it between his fingers. What does it look like?
Well, it's Andromalius, so it doesn't have to represent all of hell. There's a face of a woman, with a sort of short, roughly cut bob cut of hair, like she hacked it off herself, wreathed in flames on the coin. Sculpted into the gold, obviously, not actual literal flames.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Is it representative of any specific demon?
It doesn't look like a demon. It looks like a human woman.
That's a coin. Can Leica roll a history check or what? Or a?
I can let you roll a history check, and you are Bretonche technically, so I'm going to make it. For everyone else, this would be the highest difficulty check that you're normally allowed to give, which is 16. For you, because you are Bretonche.
And a Cambion, maybe?
No, it has nothing to do with Cambion stuff. Nothing to do with demon stuff.
Yes, it was human.
Oh.
gonna make it 12. Difficulty 12. Double insight.
No modifiers.
No modifiers.
Womp womp.
Oh yeah.
That's a lady.
Ow.
She's hot.
She was hot. Bit of a schnoz, but hot.
I've seen that.
That's not a bad
I've seen
thing.
that before. Alright.
I've
It's
seen
definitely
that
not a bad
Uh,
thing. I just want to note it.
Okay.
Let's
Alex.
see.
Okay, actually, we gotta
What,
stop. I do wanna on the record that I find a lady with a bit of a schnoz very attractive, in general.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't
Big
realize you were
Nose
like
does
saying schnoz. I
audience-
thought you were like meant she was scowling.
Audience, people listening, all of you, the millions of fans. Big noses on ladies. Yes, from me. You can't see it, but I'm giving a thumbs up right now to an empty room. Yes. Anyways, go on.
Alex,
Janice?
what's your stat you use for combat mostly?
That's funny because normally I don't hit people, but that
You're
will
gonna
soon
have
change.
to.
Yes, insight and willpower are the same.
Which getting
Willpower.
buff would be better?
That would be
Willpower.
willpower.
Okay. Then I will use awaken on you and buff your willpower.
Noted. All right. I don't exactly know how to go about summoning a demon, but holds up the coin. In this place between places where land and water meet, at this time between times when sun gives way to moon, I beckon you, Andromalius, and he flicks the coin.
There is a burst of red smoke and the smell of brimstone, and emerging out of the smoke is the demonic Marquise Andromalius, a very tall humanoid figure with digitigrade legs, blue and gold armor, a single horn jutting out of his face obscuring helm, a pair of draconic wings growing exactly in the middle of his back, lower than his shoulders but higher than his hips. And on his forearms there are two long vipers that coil and then retract back into his arms, so that only their heads are showing out of his gauntlets. The great demon spreads his wings wide, opens his palms and says, "And I thank you for bidding me here, great Prince Alexei. I take it you are ready for our sparring session."
Yes, I figured this place would be most suitable, away from people and judgmental eyes. Though I must admit, the last time we met I was in a bit of a way, so I don't think I gave you the proper time of day in accordance you were afforded. Just to reiterate, you are here on behalf of Baba Yaga?
Yes, Grandmother Yaga wishes for me to look after you. It's part of a debt she owes your family.
And, what exactly does this sparring entail?
She has asked me to put my considerable skill as a warrior against you and those of your party so that you may unlock the potential hidden within you, grow more accustomed to it, learn how to use it. It is not my duty to harm you, but to push you so that you unleash the beast within, one could say.
Just threatening enough, but you won't kill me. Good. Okay, that's better than a lot of the people I've met along the journey.
Janice leans over to Gore. Wait, we're fighting him too?
This big goggles, shifty eyes. Slater goes, yes, that That stuck out to me as well.
Alex says, "Please help me."
I did.
He cocks his head. If you wish to make it a solo duel, we can do it as well. I just might have to hold my hands
I'm
behind
not-
my back a bit more.
I'm game.
Good.
Suppose I don't want to leave Alex on his
So-
own.
Besides,
I'm just surprised is all.
Back in the Netherlands, I helped teach him a thing or two about a shield. You using a blade and shield themselves. So, what kind of a help would I be if I just left him to the wolves?
Good. Good. That is another thing Grandmother Yaga did ask me to check on to make sure that you've got some loyal comrades.
What kind of people's he running with?
Yeah,
Will they
essentially.
take a bullet for my boy? Will they take a bullet for my boy?
Make sure he's got good friends. If he has bad friends, you kill them. Yes, Grandmother Yaga.
If they are shit friends, me
One of-
it hurt.
one- One of them is the granddaughter of Dame Visago. Oh, the anarchist.
Pretty sure they're in the same court too. Let me double
Yeah.
check.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Anyways.
One big happy Ohana, wouldn't you say?
Damn it.
No, none of that.
No,
None of that.
none of that. Shame on you.
I don't know to what you refer. It's gonna be real funny if we upload this session and the previous one on the same day. I really am looking forward to our audience of 2 or 3 people listening to the last session when it's posted several weeks after it happened to be like, oh wow, he went off. Tumblr post makes more sense now.
It's they went off.
All right.
Hey, he, they are my pronouns. I can misgender
You-
myself sometimes.
Yes, but you get very giddy when someone uses.
I do get very. I'm.
Yes,
I
but
do
would
prefer
your
they.
audience use them?
I think they would.
They care enough. Yes.
No,
All
but-
right.
Would your audience refer to you with he, knowing what they know?
Alex takes a awkward fighting stance. On guard.
Cornelius watches as Leica just sort of dances around. He looks at you all and says, "If you are ready,
Oh, that were
Go.
how would best be to say this? Roll initiative."
I mean, demons can canonically break the fourth wall, so.
Yep, that is a thing that was established in Wizard Tool Mysteries Book 3.
Oh,
Stink Baby could see the text was italicized.
And he's an imp.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite jokes is book characters being able to tell when something's properly
Oh,
capitalized.
fight with Vegas, hell yeah.
Oh no.
DZ, if you can open a tab and hop into Currents of War, I need you to confirm Andromalius's initiative.
Sure.
Because I have his stats built in Currents of War, and I sadly can't just import them here, so I have that open in another tab.
Sure thing. I'll
Finally,
check.
like his rolling shit initiative.
He's breaking the fourth wall so hard his stats aren't even in the game.
Correct. His initiative is 21.
I don't think anyone's being-
Demon Marquis.
Yeah, no, if this were a fight to death, we'd be fucked.
That just means he goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Still
but
good.
he's a demon marquis.
Anyways, let's fucking go.
All right. He looks at you, Alex, cracks his knuckles, brings out his sword, 30-piece silver.
That's a rad sword
Uh,
name.
Yes, it is. Alex, Does a 16 hit you?
It does.
Okay. You take 17 dark damage
Kerchunk.
from the silver-bladed bastard sword forged in the fires of hell.
Alrighty. Who wants to kick
Alright.
things off?
Hmm.
You guys don't know. That's always an option. Just to
I
blow it
could
the fuck
shoot
up.
him. I could just like
I mean, Leica could.
magic nuke.
Go ahead. Hit him.
Okay, I'm gonna do math. So hold on. Oh God.
Who's brave enough to throw the first punch at Andromalius?
Okay,
You know what? Leica has Moxie. She'll do it.
that's 15. What?
Leica has Moxie. She'll do it.
Okay, yeah, I was
Keep-
trying
keep
to do
crunch-
math for my magic.
Keep doing that. You
Wait.
can do it when
Next,
Andrew
yeah.
after Andromalius goes.
Does a 23 hit him?
Let's double check, but I'm pretty sure yes. Yes, it does.
All right. Even though that says poison, that's light. So 7 plus 15 light.
All right. That's pretty good.
So, is he resilient to light?
He is vulnerable to light.
So that's doubled, I think.
Yeah. So 7 plus 15 is
22.
23.
22.
22.
So that's 44.
pretty good. He's impressed. Excellent job, little Cambion. But unfortunately, it is not you who I'm here to test.
Right.
Alex, does a 29 hit you?
Fuck.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, you take 35. You take 25 dark damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, I would say that hurts.
You know what? I'm not gonna nuke him actually,
Heal the boy.
because yeah, I'm going to heal the boy. You get okay. Let me double check. 40. What? Because I have a refurbished Caduceus staff, so you get 50 HP back.
Is Andromalius the first opponent we fought who can go more than once?
I think so.
Yeah, he might be your first true boss monster veg. I mean, had you fought the Odonto Tyrannus, he wouldn't have been. And had you fought the Hydra and the Afank, he wouldn't have been, but
But yeah, no. The further up you go into Fabula Ultima, enemies will get more turns in solo battle.
yeah. Or
Oh, yeah,
and some of them will have multiple parts that you have to hit and destroy instead of just one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Back up to
It gets
full
full-
health.
It gets full JRPG.
It's funny, like I'm playing another queue system, Wrath of Glory. That's just the default elite enemy thing that can
Mhm.
take multiple attacks in a turn.
Yeah, good old
Raven almost
JRPG.
died.
Wrath and Glory is a bit of a, well, it's a meat grinder system because it's trying to be, grim.
It's fucking Warhammer, that's why.
It's still not as bad as the previous one. Sorry.
Janice
Yeah.
healed me back up to full, and so I guess it's Andrew's turn again.
Old Andromon.
Andre.
The giant?
He smiles at you and nods. Good. Strong allies. They may not be enough. 21 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, you take 22 dark damage as he slashes you again, and as he deals the damage and gets in close, he says, "You need to be more than just a boy. And there is
I
more within you. Bring it out."
All right. Yeah, being close to being brought pretty close to death, I say would be enough merit. Let's see. Reduce the summoning cost. So that would only be 20. All right. I'll spend 20 mind points to summon Arcanum.
All right.
And
Do you
what's
want to describe what it is, what it feels like, and how it looks when you first summon your Arcanum?
Sure. As he's getting the brakes beat off of him, he's thinking back to that little voice that was in his head a little bit when he confronted that necromancer. That's been pretty mum since then. It's like, all right, I don't know who you are, what you are, but I'm pretty sure it's you who Andromalius wants to see right now. Come on. And his heart's thumping in his ears as
That's the thing you don't get. It's not me, it's us.
okay,
Technical
us
difficulties.
then.
Having technical difficulties. Please continue.
Okay.
All right, us then. Let's see what us looks like. As his body starts to heat up.
There's going to be art by me of this at some point, but you did have some like basic idea art for it, right?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
I've been meaning to draw this for a while, but every time I sit down to do it, my brain.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Where the hell is it? I don't actually remember where I put it, but I can describe it off the top of my head. What's it? Alex gets the Studio Ghibli poofy hair. It just starts floating. And he's starting to smoke. Like he's just smoldering without fire until he actually does start to catch flame just a little bit, but he does not scream out in pain. Smoke builds and builds, but doesn't dissipate from his body. Instead, it kind of clings around it and forms like a second skin. And longer proportions, sharper proportions. It's like a very weird echo. Up until there is a crown. It's like a set of crown-like horns. As Alex fucking explodes. And now he is fully on fire.
Man on fire.
Andromalius's wings curl in front of him to shield him like fucking Chernobog in Night and Bull Mountain for a moment before he throws them back and goes, ha, 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 yes!
Mimicking Andromalius, there's a shadowy pair of wings.
Right. What are the effects of your Arcanum at the moment?
Resistance to fire damage, and fire damage ignores resistance. And I am able to fly.
Andromalius grabs the blade of his sword and runs his hands along it, and as he does, fires sparks along the blade. So let's test this new strength of yours. Does 28 hit?
That does hit.
All right, you take 24 fire damage,
Reduced to half.
reduced to half.
Okay. So I'm back. What happened?
Alex is on fire and he exploded.
And he has shadowy wings.
He's gone full goth.
Cool.
He went feral Super Saiyan.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any clue what the fuck that is?
Guess you'll have to find out.
If you would like to make a double insight check, as a person with some training as a witch and a wizard, I will give you a +2 to this, but the difficulty is 14.
Is high. Okay.
Oh no.
Haha!
Like is
That's
no
a
longer the
fucking.
cool. Like it no
That's a
longer
17.
Like it no longer thinks they're the coolest one in the party anymore.
So while it would be a safe guess to think that this was like the manifestation of some sort of demonic spirit within Alex, you know better. What you're seeing is not a demonic spirit, it's a projection of a mortal soul. You know, this is Alex's soul is extending out of his body in the way that occult creatures like vampires and werewolves and cambions can do with proper training. The difference is this soul doesn't seem to belong to a human despite being attached to a human body. It's Alex's soul, but it's not a human soul. That's a dragon's.
Fuck! Alex has the soul of a dragon.
All will be explained in time. It's time to beat the brakes off him.
I'm continue.
I believe it is Gore has yet to go.
Mm-hmm.
By all means.
Going to manifest my Arcanum, and I'm actually gonna hold on to it since he's been doing some dark damage, and I don't know if I should pop full damage right away or just protect myself.
Either's an option. He seems primarily focused on me. Though that being said, he may spread the love now.
Let's try and distract him a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with some. We'll go ahead and hit him with a pulse, not my full dismiss.
That's 20 dark damage, I think.
This dismiss is 20. Pulse is 10.
Right, 10. It's 10 dark damage.
It's 10, but it's 5 extra against humanoids. I don't think he counts as a humanoid.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
You hit him with dark energy, and you see his chest rise beneath his breastplate. He breathes deep sighs and says, "Oh, very kind."
It's a good thing I didn't hit him with my dismiss.
Yeah.
I had wondered about that.
And either it's Andrew's turn or it's the start of the new round. Either way he goes.
Start of the new round. It is his turn. Alex, he hits you for 25 dark damage as the fire goes out on his blade. He smacks you and says, "Impressive what you've done so far, but there is more to this. Come. It is not just resilience that comes from your soul. It is fire."
You want to go, Leica?
Yeah, I want to use a class ability.
Oh.
Soul Steel.
The plucky rogue.
Dex plus willpower check against magic defense if I succeed. Alright. Alright.
You're doing the Final Fantasy Steel.
Yeah, I'm doing the design.
I've seen some good shit come out of it.
I'll roll that beautiful beam footage.
Alright, come on, Leica.
Come on, Leica.
Have R be upon me.
Dex will +3.
I'm looking for my fuck. Liberals. All right. I don't see a dex will on the piece. Oh, there it is.
Well,
If you
just
go over
figure
to
out what the dice
rolls-
are, and then
You can make a configurable roll.
Yeah.
Text
Are the 13
will,
means magic defense?
do you want to invoke a bond?
I'll invoke my loyalty. All 3 of my bonds with Alex.
Hell
You
yeah.
invoke If you invoke all 3 of your bonds of Alex, then it will succeed.
Then that's a 16.
All right, you get 3 items.
shit.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna post them in chat.
Hopefully he hits somebody else because I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Well, shit. If we should have said something, I could have healed you.
I think he's gonna focus Larkin now after that.
Oh,
no, he's
no,
training
wait.
Alex.
But the thing is about Andrew Malleus, he does not like thieves.
Oh fuck.
That
Oh,
is
you
that
must
is
Reached into his pockets.
that is a big part of his character, both in Midgahheim and also specifically in like the Lesser Key of Solomon. One of the things that is listed as a boon of summoning Andrew Malleus is that he is indefeatable at tracking down and bringing back thieves.
Oh fuck. Like
You
I
just
said
rifled through his
before.
pockets.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you
That's-
just
that's-
aggro.
Larkin, I hear you don't like thieves.
He looks at you.
Like,
He
Like
cocks
it-
his head, and even though his head is covered in this complete face obscuring helm, you can feel the little smirk on his face. He says, "Vasagos, kid." Before he slashes at you with 30p silver, does 20 hit?
let's see. Let's. Let me look at Leica. That would be a. Nope, that's stats. Right. No.
He slashes at you, and you manage to dodge out of the way, which again makes you can feel the smirk.
Well, first of all, let me double check.
I'm going.
It's an even attack, so you can counter strike.
Hell yeah, I can. That would be he's probably resistant to fire, but it's better than dark, so that would be 30 damage dark. I mean, 30 damage fire.
It better
Yeah.
be, because otherwise he would absorb all that.
Yeah, that's 30 damage fire.
Okay. Takes the blow in stride. You little shit.
I'm gonna heal Alex.
Good idea.
You get 50 HP, Alex.
Yay! Back up to full.
Yeah.
Alex is not
Oh, he
tanky.
doesn't know if he's been angry or impressed.
It might be
So,
both.
yeah, Janice heals Alex and looks at him and is like, we could do this all day.
Yes, we could, but I have an actual goal that we are trying to reach here.
Mhm. Yeah, have Andrew go and then I'll attack.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like,
Badass, I know. Leica, does 24 hit you?
Yes, actually.
Okay. You take 23 dark damage.
Okay,
Oh.
like eats that. That's also an even, so
I resist dark damage, but he's not hit me yet.
Time to make my
another 22 fire.
Alright,
does a 20 hit his magic resist?
it does.
All right, so he takes 33 true fire damage as I
Excellent.
cast flare.
Did you say true
Um,
fire damage?
You know, ignore
Excellent.
resistance.
As you hit him with that, he smiles beneath his helm. sheaves his sword, gives you a bow, because that blow actually got him in crisis.
Damn.
Congrats. Are in order, I believe. Just a second. There we go. All right.
Damn it.
It seems the task is, well, it's within completion standards for my contract, so I will not pretend this is the end of your potential, but at the very least you have unlocked it. You have learned how to tap into it.
Now that the fight's over, Janice is kind of staring at Alex.
He is still burning and smoldering, but he doesn't seem to be hurting.
Good.
He's just
And
breathing
Amalius-
heavily. He's regarding Andromalius.
Dermalius regards you in turn. Are you able to put the serpent back in its hole?
Mm.
Oh, grow up!
Maybe,
What?
yeah.
What?
Alex takes a deep breath and within a he extinguishes.
I wasn't doing that because of like an innuendo or anything. I just have
Oh,
really
I thought you were.
no. That's just like more confirmation that no, Alex has a dragon soul.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Jeez.
Then we'll strike that "oh, grow up" off the record.
Okay, good.
Like it would have done that.
See, I thought you were trying to make like a pun off the fact that he has snakes coming out of his arms.
Yes, that's also true.
But no, Alex gathers himself. Thank you. That was.
He kneels down. Are you all right?
Yeah. It's just that was a lot.
Yes. He's looking at you, and you can actually see his blazing eyes in the shadowy visor of his helm. And even though they are inhuman and fierce and piercing like the eyes of a serpent, there's concern in his gaze. You're sure you are all right? You do not need water, food, rest?
Oh, yeah. I get that. That was just a rush.
Janice does come over and like start healing, like slick, not statistically, but just like, that you soothing your muscles,
Your mother heading him
kinda, yeah.
with your beak helmet.
Yes.
But yeah, no. Again, thank you.
Think nothing of it. I did it on behalf of your grandmother.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, like how's she doing?
Same as it ever was, as the bard says.
Right. Suppose that makes sense.
How did you meet the Baba Yaga?
Oh, she is a very powerful witch. She is consorted with many demons besides Andromalius, but
That makes sense.
she finds my services reliable, and I must admit I am fond of Ruslovak as a country. So I am used to her calling on me for this and that.
why-
Sweet old woman.
See, it's why I appropriate your accent.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you, Andromalius. And he, pulls out the coin again. I suppose you'll be wanting this back?
His hand outstretches for a moment, then he claps his claws. Perhaps keep it. For all I know, she may ask me to call upon you again for this or that, just to check in. I am in the area, so might as well.
I see.
You were hunting somebody?
No, but I have been summoned. There's no reason I have to go back immediately. If you'd like to make a double insight, difficulty of 10.
Yes.
I can will.
Anyone can do it.
Door does not fail.
Oh. Wow.
Like I got 12.
I gotta fucking.
He's giving very flimsy excuses and justifications to hide the fact that he just likes it here.
Ah.
Oh.
Because hell is hell.
Andromalius enjoys the mortal plane.
Ooh.
I mean, a lot of demons do.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, when
But they're
when
not-
your
they're not all-
neighborhood's kind of a literal shithole.
They're not as chill as Andromalius.
but-
Andromalius is pretty chill, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well then.
thank you for helping Alex with this.
You're welcome. Again, is no problem at all. Just doing a favor for his grandmama.
Yes,
want
but I
this
don't
back?
know-
Well, I don't particularly appreciate thieves in most times, but Dame Vasago is a friend. I see no reason to punish her little grandchild, so
Well,
you may
Despite
keep
her
the
thieving
trinkets.
little hands.
You get
well,
one.
I had to get you. I had to get you off Alex somehow.
You get one.
There's a lot of your grandmother in you.
Oh.
Better watch that.
Hmm. Did we? Is this the first time we're hearing that about your grandmother?
He mentioned that I'm Dame Vasago's kid last time and how she makes good cookies.
Okay.
You don't know her grandpa though.
Peepaw.
Human, most likely.
Her other grandpa.
Her maternal grandpa.
Evil
Hmm.
peepaw.
Evil people.
She's technically like 3/4 Cambion, I guess.
Yeah, like
I mean,
is like
Cambion is any mix of human and demon.
Yeah.
yeah, like is like 3/4 Cambion.
So who is the brave human?
Dead.
That scans, but I bid you well, Andromalius.
And you
Enjoy
as
your
well.
time up here.
Again, and you as well. He lingers for a second, as if having an idea of something else to say, and shakes it off. Nah. Good
Is there
tidings to you
something-
all. And disappears in a puff
something-
of smoke.
Fuck me, I guess.
Oh. Rotten eggs.
Swamp.
Jadis taps their mask. Like,
So he comes from-
gotta have the fragrance fumes to get out those nasty foul miasma vapors.
So,
Yeah.
so did Lycus stealing that actually get Andromalius' attention off Alex?
Okay, so part of it is that Andromalius is not out to kill Alex. In fact, he would be in trouble if he did. So he had to do something else. You stealing it made him go from, well, I could just sit a couple turns out to, okay, little Cambion kid wants to play for a bit. We can play.
Alex.
think Leica did the most
Yeah?
damn.
May I have a moment?
Yeah, sure.
She takes Alex aside. Alex, do you know what just happened?
Not really. But then again, I've kind of been in the dark for the last few weeks.
I know what just happened.
Right, I
You-
I think Andrew Malley said something about that. It's been a while. It's a lot of things have happened. I've slept then since then.
I know.
But yeah, no, make your
was-
point. Make your point.
That was your soul. You're manifesting the power of your soul.
It's a power called a
Okay.
stand.
God damn it. But it's insane. I people can do that. It's like that's pretty common, right? Just being able to learn how to do that.
To project your soul
TK.
out?
Yeah. How rare is that?
No, that's not common at all. Like
Okay,
for
strike that.
occult aligned things like vampires and werewolves and various corporeal ghosts, it's not uncommon. But for normal living things that don't have demon in them, it's incredibly uncommon because in general your soul likes to stay in your body, and if it's coming out, that means you're dead. It takes a
Gotcha.
very specific mix of magic and occult control to project your soul out like that without severing the tie between it and the body.
Okay.
Like,
and then
it's similarly like astral projection, where you send your soul out of your body into the dreamscape. Requires a lot of arcane and occult control to manage that feat without basically separating the two and being essentially dead.
okay. Then rewind. She didn't say I've seen it before. That for a that's not something humans tend to do.
I
That's
imagine most
something-
humans don't also have witches raising them.
No, but that's not like beings tied to the occult can do that. Vampires and the like. That's
Oh,
kind of their thing. You can see a little bit of hurt in the eye. Well, I know you can't actually the
Mhm.
mask. Then you can hear a little bit of hurt in the voice as they talk about, occult things.
Mhm.
And that's weird enough.
Yeah. That's been happening a lot lately.
I don't know how to tell you this.
Okay.
That wasn't a human soul.
But it was mine, right?
It was yours. But that was a dragon's soul.
Dragon Soul.
I knew someone was gonna do it.
All right, that's cool. Cool. How do you expect me to work with that?
I don't know how I don't know. How do you expect me to work with that?
I don't know.
I just did it. Would you prefer I didn't tell you?
If occult beings could do that, Hmm.
I don't
No.
think whether or not I like it matters at this point. I keep learning to get things about myself that against my will.
Solpain could do that. Huh.
So okay. Janice pulled Alex aside because this is something that's like
Oh.
personal to him. So she doesn't want. It's like if he wants to tell people, fine. But it's like this is kind of a personal thing. I don't want to just tell
Oh
everybody.
my god! I
What-
love how
what-
this is going.
What?
What?
Just in this interaction, just how this reveal is occurring.
I've never seen anyone like anything like this.
That's fair. Likewise.
Like Leica could theoretically learn how to do that. She has
I could theoretically do
strong-
what?
nothing.
Janice is theoretically project your soul or whatever.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome!
Janice just like runs their fingers through their hair. We'll talk about this later. Like,
Meanwhile, like is taking the helm.
yeah, you can have the helm, sure.
And hey, I mean, it has room for your horns.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
how many times you gonna run into a hat that does that?
I don't know what this. I don't.
Look, I understand, Janice. I'm not trying to like downplay your concern or these like revelations you're having, but I do not know how to work with that information.
I don't know that anyone would, but I have knowledge about arcane things and some occult things, so not everyone would realize what they're seeing. I couldn't just not tell you.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that.
Do you?
Look, this is a lot to take in. Apparently, my grandmother hired a devil to come and whip me into shape, and apparently that shape is a giant flying lizard.
Called you a serpent. That just
Yeah, that's what dragons are.
yes, that's why he called you that.
Yes, and that's something I'm going to have to nod and accept, apparently.
Look, I'm not trying to freak you out.
I think I had my fill of freaking out a while back. So this is why I'm just nodding my head.
Meanwhile, like and Gore is picking over the helm and armor. Like it puts on the helm and it turns into a cool hat. Oh.
I'm just imagining you two like hyenas fighting over it.
Not really, just kind
I'm-
of poking at it.
I'm sorry, like, but
Ah.
if you put on the cool Boba Fett helm, it might shift to something else, but it's gonna be a cool, badass helm of some sort.
Okay.
It'll be Leica's equivalent of a cool Boba Fett helm, but it'll be a helm.
Be like a half helm or something, but yeah.
Fair enough.
It's like
It might be leather instead of metal, but it'll be a helm.
Has
I'm gonna
fascinating
tell-
implications.
Yeah, not gonna tell them. That's your business. But I felt like I had to tell you.
Thank you.
I think you're welcome.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
You don't think you seem as frazzled as I am.
Just personally speaking, going through that was really intense. Like running for your life kind of intense, but not scared, just running real fast. Like, I was like finally running after being stuck in a chair your whole life kind of run.
I can't say I understand. Well, actually, I suppose I could, in a way. It was like when I was trying to learn magic and just could not fucking do it. And then I talked to an Undine, and suddenly I could.
Yeah, it's sorry, I don't want this question to sound weird, but like it wasn't hurting, but obviously I was clearly on fire. So like when you did that with the Undine, did your clothes feel damp or something? Like you just came out of a pond?
No, okay, well, I guess
I don't know how this
so
works. I'm sorry if it's awkward.
TT,
Yeah.
what would that have been like making the deal with the Undine?
Um. So there probably would have been some skin to skin contact. Maybe even like you both would cut your palms and put them together, to sort of seal it with blood. Um,
Uh-huh.
but you would feel it more in a sort of transferal of energy than anything else.
Okay.
Where you could like you'd mainly be connecting through magic, but there'd also be a slight occult element as your souls touch while still in your own bodies. Because it's hard to describe how souls work because they do not actually work according to the laws of matter and energy because they are made of something else. And thus they aren't limited by our concepts of four-dimensional space. But yeah, like you would feel your souls touch and maybe even slightly intertwine, leaving a string connecting you. In
Oh,
the
God,
words
what-
of Charlotte Bolshe, the threads of your being would be tied together as a result of that
What's that like for her
union.
now that I'm Janice?
I imagine it's even
She's
more
feeling some
complicated.
weird stuff on the other end of that string.
I hope I
It's
get
like,
to see
whoa,
her
that
soon.
got a lot heavier somehow.
I hope I get to talk to her at some point. Like,
You will.
hey, shit happened. But yeah, well, so for me, it wasn't like what happened with you. See, I made, well, half of me made a deal with an Undine.
Yeah.
Got some magic from her. She and I, like, we cut our palms as you do when you're making a pact, and it's hard to exactly explain it. Our souls touched, which, if you had asked me to explain how that felt a while ago, it would have been
That sounds
hard to
very
do.
private.
Look,
Not trying to shut you down, but if that's the kind of private thing.
I'm not going to get into specifics, but I'm just making the point that was strange when it happened. It's stranger now that I have two souls in one body.
Okay, cool. So it's not. So we both got weird soul stuff going on.
Yeah, I've got two in here. Don't forget. And for a afternoon I had 3, and that kind of that apparently fucked up my soul a bit.
Yeah, I imagine that kind of put too much wine in the cup.
Yeah, so I got help thanks to the sisters, but
So, what do we do now?
yeah. Keep an eye on you. Make sure you're okay. Try and learn more about maybe what kind of dragon your soul is, and then we can go from there.
Oh,
Does that matter?
oh, I know what kind of dragon it is. Dragon its feet.
Well, look, if you have a
Late
dragon
bloomer.
soul, that could mean you're a dragon. Somebody put a dragon soul into your body. It could be, but it is definitively your soul. I want to assure you of that, so you're not worried that like you have someone else's soul. It is your soul.
Right. I just mean the sense of like
Finding out what kind of dragon it's from could maybe point us in a direction to figure out how this even happened.
I don't remember all the details, but Amjamalius was talking about some stuff. It was I should have probably listened to him a lot better. But
Yeah, probably.
but can you play me those Smurfs?
Remember, that is
No.
canonically why he was like so out of it when he met Andromalius, and he was kind of pissy. He just got done dealing with the Smurfs.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, I get it. I get it. That was fucky.
So yes, though I do appreciate the offer to keep an eye on me in case I spontaneously combust and I don't notice.
Oh God, I'm so concerned now. Cool. It's a good thing that I have a lot of water magic.
Yeah, cool. Just in case I'm asleep or whatever, and I start setting the tent on fire. Just bucket of water.
Thanks. I hate it.
That's the thing I'm gonna have to worry about now.
Well, hey, you're not the one who's gonna get burnt.
Yeah, but setting other people on fire is still pretty bad.
Yeah. I did that once. It was actually pretty funny. Or I found it funny at the time.
We good?
I think we got. You can tell the others whenever you want.
Cool.
He's gonna turn
Enough.
around. So yeah, apparently on top of being Ruskavakian and a prince, apparently I'm a dragon. I don't know, and at this point I'm too scared to ask.
Janice just throws her arms up.
At this point, one of you is probably going to tell me I'm pink, and then just I've lived my entire life not realizing I'm pink too.
What? You never
I mean-
noticed?
Technically,
Humans, it depends on your skin tone, but typically humans are said to have pink skin.
Yeah, and his eyes are pink.
I mean,
Shit! You
What?
mean
What? Huh, you never noticed? Huh.
yeah? Did you not know your eyes were pink? Then again, I guess you wouldn't really know unless you had a mirror to look at your eyes in.
I want to go to bed.
Andromalius!
Can I go to bed now?
Yeah, we can rest here. Ah, fuck, he's gone already. Yeah, so Janice explains to Gore and Leica about what she put together. That was the manifestation of his soul. That's a very weird thing for something that's not occult to do. Something like somebody like Leica could theoretically could do it because she's Cambion.
Oh hell yeah!
but also his soul was that of a dragon's, and she has no fucking clue what that means yet. And meanwhile, Alex is in the background, just like
Napping it up.
Yamcha posed in the crowd. So he's out. Leica,
Oi.
Gore. See, I don't think he's in any like danger of his own soul. I imagine the worst that could happen is that it might be too strong for his body. Which I mean, I should theoretically be able to, help him with that.
He's
But again,
lived this long without spontaneously combusting. He just, yeah, he is. Just you now have to keep in mind there's a human smoke bomb.
God damn it. So he should be all right. He's lived this long, but he's not activated like this before. So I'm not
That you
sure.
know of.
This is kind of new territory. Like you could do it and likely just be fine. Like it's a dangerous thing to do for you, but like you're better equipped to do it than any human.
Like is vibrating.
I'll share what I know about how it works with you later. It's not like it's something I can do. Pause. Okay, I don't want to think about either of my souls leaving my body. It's not something that I have done firsthand, but I have academic knowledge on it, and I have had a couple odd soul interactions. So I could maybe help you a little bit with that. Like you're still vibrating. Are you okay?
Obviously,
Okay.
like it says that she's divvying up the sword and armor with Gore. Sword, helmet, and armor.
So you took the helmet. What did Gore take? The armor?
Since he's the only one who can use martial armor, really.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take the sword. I can't use it. Maybe Alex could, but
Like is taking the sword since no one else can
okay.
use might weapons. It's a martial weapon.
Yeah.
Like
God,
can't use it, so she'll just use it as a flex since nobody else can use that weapon.
I mean, yeah, that's what I was like. Well, no one can use it, so
You'll come out of a dark corner with it slung over your shoulder, all badass, threaten somebody, and the moment you try to lift it off your shoulder, you just go, and it slams into the ground and just creates a divot. It's like, what
A
was
lesser
that
man
for?
trying to wield Dragon Slayer.
It's like, what was that for? Oh, that was a threat. I'm just gonna slit your throat.
Like it isn't threat, she makes promises.
She definitely threats because if she thinks it's cool enough.
all right then. Any thoughts, Gore?
Just kind of shrugs. It doesn't really matter.
I mean, you're our friend. Your thoughts matter. We're letting him rest now, so it's not like we have.
The only
Michelle,
difference that's changed is the amount of human in the party, which is hilariously shrunk.
Pause. Am I the only human here?
Technically, you're twice the human.
And Leica is what? Half a human? A quarter human?
Quarter.
Given that this kind of thing could happen to somebody with a little bit of dragon blood in them, just shrugs and gestures.
Look, dragon blood in you can have, strange effects, but it would not make your soul that of a dragon.
Not necessarily.
He
Dude.
like
So one sad wizard noises.
It's like, look, a lot of weird things have happened with dragons.
I know.
That is true. That could
Yeah.
summarize a lot of Midgheim history, to be quite frank.
Yeah, like I know that. Like, just a human soul winding up in a dragon soul winding up in a human is odd enough, but it's that soul is Alex. It's not something else's soul hitching a ride.
Obviously.
So, well, not obviously.
Yes,
Or-
obviously.
No. you.
You're trying to logic to a fairy.
I know.
It's like, he's always had this soul, so it's always been his. What the fuck is the hang up? Keep up, human.
No, my point more is it could have been like me, two souls. Alex one, this dragon the other. But that's not what this is. This is one soul that Alex is just tapping into a deeper reservoir of his own
Yes.
soul.
And like I said,
That's,
has a higher chance of happening if you've got a bit of dragon blood in you.
no, it doesn't. You need to be a dragon to have a dragon soul. If he had dragon blood, he'd have a half dragon's soul.
I don't think he.
Like, your soul is obviously that of a fairy.
If I have one.
Like us is a camp. You have a soul.
Smiles.
Squints.
No,
Oh
it's a-
wait, mask. Bird head tilt.
Good.
Look, my point is,
Look,
you
Uh,
have a soul that
I,
is a fairy.
I understand what you're trying to say.
Souls.
But look here. If a dragon soul is going to end up in any other body other than a dragon, it'll be something with a bit of dragon blood in it.
Just easy.
But that implies that
That makes a lot more
Alex
sense.
is not the original Alex.
Depends.
That implies that
There's
that's
always-
a different soul than the one that body was born with, or that soul was planted before that body had properly developed their own soul. Souls are weird and nebulous.
It's always
Mhm.
possible that
They're
he's going to do a little shifty eyes. Is Alex asleep or has restful breathing?
He is the sleep.
Okay, big frog eye shift back. It's always possible that he was stillborn and a soul was summoned to take its place.
see, that's actually
That
that's
that or his
actually
family did
well-
that or his family did something fucky wucky with the occult. So I don't. You
I
can't.
mean, that's
There's
gonna
all
happen
sorts of
regardless.
weird.
that
shit.
is summoning a
all
soul
sorts-
into a stillborn. Summoning a
And
soul
you've
into
heard
a-
about his family, the Charmills.
I mean, have you heard about the Sawmills?
summoning a soul into a stillborn baby's body is fucky with the occult.
Like, I've heard some stories about that before the body dies, but never had a soul.
If it was put in, that could mean
Usually
that
results in a
being put in
monster.
there, putting something soul inside something where it doesn't belong can do a lot of things. You can have something like a homunculus. You could have something like me.
Can Leica roll a history check based on the fucky wucky nature of what she's heard of the Charmills or Rusalvak occultism?
This will be a difficulty of 12. But yes, you may.
Can I invoke my bond with Alex since this is for his sake?
Yep.
All right.
And it's stuff that you were researching
Yeah.
Course it's
while
one-off.
reading about Alex.
So then that's a
Yeah, we
pass.
all-
Okay.
so how does invoking bonds work?
I think
Is
it
that
adds
like a
plus one.
plus?
Plus
Well,
one for each one.
no, when you invoke a bond, you add the total number of the bond to your roll. So if the
so
bond,
1, 2,
if you have
3.
3 points to a bond, you add +3. If you have 1 point in the
Right.
bond, you add +1. So it would be +3
Okay.
total.
Yes.
You spend
Okay.
a fabulous point
So
to do
that's-
it, basically.
This is why getting attached to people in the campaign, not just your teammates but people in general, is a plus because you can then justify adding bonuses based on those people.
Yeah. Leica looks at Alex and then thinks, what
Okay.
does the 14 get, Leica?
We're gonna go through a train of thought here. So what you know of the Charmiel family, from the research that you guys did at, while trying to figure some shit out for Alex. Charmiel family is a very ancient and respected noble house of Castlevania. Respected might be the wrong word. Feared would be more honest for the majority of their history. Many Charmiels were tyrannical. It is said that many of them were vampires or some other type of Cambion, and witches, and made pacts with devils and engaged in all sorts of evil stuff. You were reading about this at a Mediterran library, and as a person from Bretance, you know to take it with a grain of salt, because Mediterra has a rocky history with Ruslovac. In its many wars of conquest, Mediterra has conquered and controlled every country of Midgheim at one point or another except Ruslovac. Every time they've tried to take Ruslovac, they have failed spectacularly and been sent back with their tails between their legs. It is just not a conquerable country. And so, as a result, Mediterranean histories and descriptions of Ruslovac tend to really skew heavily into painting Ruslovac as a country of savage, wicked barbarians who hate civilization and goodness and morality and want to live like beasts. And so any way they can twist it to make it seem like the people in power in Ruslovac are evil and wicked, Mediterranean scribes will often exaggerate and go with the worst possible faith reading of things to paint Ruslovac in a negative light. So when you read all these histories talking about the Charmiels as monsters, as a person from Bretance, you're like, okay, but these are Mediterraneans writing about it, though. They have a vested interest. That said, the Charmiels, like a lot of noble families in various Ruslovakian kingdoms, not just Castlevania, but all of the kingdoms of Ruslovac, the Charmiels claim to have both ogre and dragon blood mixed with their human bloodline. Specifically, the dragons in question would be Zmays, which are bipedal greater drakes. They stand on 2 legs, they have arms, and they also have a pair of wings.
Don't they have multiple heads?
Some of them do. Zmays very often, but not always, have Hydra syndrome. And Zmays in particular are known for being closer to what humans call civilized than other dragons are. Zmays often make their lairs resemble buildings more than just hollowed out mountains. They're more likely to have furniture and furnishings that humans would recognize as opposed to the weird shit dragons do in their caves normally. And Zmays are on oddly good terms with the ogres of Ruslovac, which again is weird. Often dragons and ogres do not get along very well. And so it's not impossible that Zmays have crossbred with the nobles of Ruslovac, including those of Castlevania. It's not impossible that there's some dragon blood in the Charmiel family. But even then, that would just be like a latent thing. The children would be either human or dragon, not some mix. And there might be some slight draconic traits, but they wouldn't have a dragon soul in the human children. Just as they wouldn't have an ogre's soul. It'd make more sense if they have like demonic elements that could be mistaken for dragon elements. There might have been some were dragons. And you're thinking about this now. You got a 14, correct?
Yes.
As you think about it, you also recall that Andromalius called Baba Yaga Alex's grandmother. Now that's probably not literal, because Baba Yaga's name literally means grandmother Yaga. You know, Baba is or Grammy Yaga or Grand Yaga. You know, Baba is a Ruslovakian term, you know, of endearment for a grandmother. So she's probably not literally his grandmother, but the Baba Yaga is an extremely old and powerful witch. For the only spellcaster who ever rivaled her in terms of age and power was Vormodon the Dread, and he's been dead for hundreds of years at this point. Well, a few hundred. So she is the oldest and most powerful spellcaster in Midgahheim, bar none. And she has, according to legend, done some weird shit. And even when you're taking it from Mediterran books, it's hard to fully disbelieve anything claimed that's claimed to have been her handiwork, because she's like insanely powerful enough where she could probably just do whatever the fuck she wanted with magic. Like, she's the rare mortal who could probably make a god stop and go, wait a minute, don't know if I want to get into that mess. And there have been stories like you know, you've seen Miranda de Cersei cast the polymorph curse on Skeva.
Yeah.
Where his physical form was made to reflect the nature of his character. That's one of many polymorphing curses, and there are others that the Baba Yaga is claimed to be a master of. And she is the kind of witch who could not only slay a dragon, but forcibly transform a dragon, which is normally impossible because dragons are so resilient with magic and resistant to spells being cast on them. But it's the Baba fucking Yaga. You piece together that theoretically, there's nothing that could stop her from turning a dragon into a child.
What if Alex was a dragon who was turned into a child?
That's insane. The only one who could do something like that
Baba
is...
Yaga.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. Looks over at the sleeping Alex.
In which case, she really would kind of be his grandmother in a way.
Alex might be a dragon turned into a human.
I think it's more likely she took draconic whatever to boost a dying child.
No, again, that's not how that would work.
It's Baba Yaga.
Yeah, it's Baba Yaga. Even then, that is not how that equation works. You don't turn something's soul into a different soul by adding a little bit of something else.
I didn't say she added.
Baba Yaga can make even the gods think twice.
I know, but look, Baba Yaga is probably the most powerful witch or magical anything alive today. But there are still rules. There are still the way things work.
Isn't the whole point of magic is there is no rules?
No.
If you're a badass enough old woman, so you decide the rules.
The greatest debate in Midgahheim: are there rules to magic or no?
Yeah, when you say that, you can't. You know, they have the mask on, but you just You can't see their face, but you feel the 1,000-yard stare.
Dorm room arguments.
Like it
Yes
will
and
always choose
no.
like it will always choose the no rules argument.
Yes and no.
The how doesn't
There are
matter
either-
at the moment.
That is true. So Alex might have been a dragon in a previous life.
Well, as you all ponder what that is,
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's a new like a dripping campaign art.
As I'm over here having an existential crisis. Yes, TT?
good demonic helm of vigilance. Yeah. As you all ponder what that means, the sun is beginning to set.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps best to table this conversation, have a little rest, and I'll be nice and not make you use another tent, but still give you the benefits of one.
Yay! Merciful God.
It's not like you really have left the one you set up the previous night. It makes sense to me.
As long as Andrew Malleus didn't fuck it up during the fight, you know.
He didn't. He actually, he was playing real softball as demons go.
Yeah. I wasn't accusing you of
Yeah.
anything.
He was Inigo Montoya, before he tells you he's not left-handed.
I
Yeah,
guess
he-
because left-handedness
Next
was
time he
often thought
bumps
to
into
be a
Zago,
symbol of
your
evil, I guess he
granddaughter
would be
bugs me.
left-handed.
Andromalius is ambidextrous, and also he has snakes on his arms.
Yeah, I have an impression he wasn't going using everything in his kit that he could have.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He
I'm
had.
just
he could-
I'm imagining that scene in Legend of Zorro, just the one where he like succeeds the old Zorro, right?
Mhm.
And you do a really complicated swishy maneuver and just knocks this blade out of his hands.
Mhm.
Little flick.
Also, your clothes fall off.
Mhm.
But we sleep.
All right.
Well, I
And
try to sleep, but it takes some time to sleep.
if you want, you can have an interlude scene. Otherwise, we can move on to our next location.
Where to next?
Oh, you already told me.
So we're moving out of the swamp.
Do I
Continue.
want to change a bond?
Yeah, we're going to the mystery castle here to use as a staging ground.
I feel like I have
Shade
not.
side.
Huh.
Nope, in for a penny.
So put it there. All right. Yes. Isn't Castle Caracosa already on there?
Oh yeah, there it is.
Mm.
I'm going to add to my bond with Alex, and it's going to be mistrust, but not in a like I don't trust Alex way. It's a man. There's more and more fucky shit going on there every single time we learn anything about him. So it's not that she distrusts Alex; it's that she's distrusting all the fucky shit around him.
Just trust the circumstances around poor Alex. All right. You guys decide to go a little bit off the beaten path. As you're exiting the Desolate Mire, you could go to Volcamp, or you could turn right to go to Marteris, but from what you know of both of those, there's a lot of Mars militia, and you don't really want to deal with that smoke yet. So you decide to go on this route to this what appears to be an abandoned castle, because beyond that castle, hidden in the mountains, is the dragon's nest that you were sent to find. And your hope
That
is to
looks
get
full
the dragon
Undertow now.
of Mars to go, have it help you on your fight through Volcanth and Martares, should things go south there. So you come to this castle. It's a yes.
I was gonna say, because we're traveling so close to Volcan and Martares right now.
Yeah.
Janice is going to put forward the idea that we put on the Mars militia
Or no,
stuff.
we don't that, or we don't follow the roads and like go off the road.
That's also
so we
fair.
can hide whenever a patrol comes by.
Yeah, I'll vote for that one.
That is also a good point.
Okay, the glamours will
I'm
be
good with
most
that.
useful once we're firmly in their territory.
Yeah.
Like using her armor's special ability to basically scout slightly ahead, so she can tell the party to get the fuck off the road whenever.
Oh yeah.
Well, let us go to
carry on,
Shade
GT.
Side. Yes.
All right, excellent. So you do all that, and eventually you come to this old castle. It's weathered and broken, long since abandoned. There are several over here in the mountains by Volcanth of castles that, both during and before the plague, were abandoned, and this is one of them. Some of them are due to the volcanic eruptions of the Typhon Spit Mountains. Some of them are due to conflicts and whatnot. Noblemen who tried to overthrow the emperor and then were shown why the emperor is the chief ruler of the land. Mediterra claims to, brags about being unified for much longer than any of the other countries in Midgahheim, but it's not like that unity has been easy and consistent. There have been times of unrest. You're not entirely sure what happened of Shadeside, but it looks like it has been abandoned for quite some time. Sort of. As you approach the ruin, you see some admittedly sloppy attempts to reconstruct it partially, to refortify the barricades and walls, which would suggest bandits, because it's not an organized effort and it's not an effort that involves masonry, but it seems like some unscrupulous, non-noble, non-rich people have taken this castle for their own. Or perhaps did before the plague, because as you approach it, it is silent. There's no warning, there's no sign of movement. Even the sounds of animals are unheard. It is dead.
Can I have Chitters go ahead and crawl up and look at a window?
Yeah, Chitters does. And comes back. Antenna swaying.
What's the vibe?
Chitters looks as if it saw nothing of note. Admittedly, an ant-lion hybrid.
Yeah, but we have a sacred bond.
Yeah, a sacred bond.
Yes.
And as you look, the portcullis is not closed.
Something feels off.
It's dead quiet.
Can I roll an insight to see if this is like a trap or anything?
Yeah, double insight. Difficulty of 10.
Can I
You got the fabula points?
I think I spent. I caught
Um,
2 bonds earlier, so I have 2 more.
I can try that before you go spending any more of your stuff.
Okay, you roll
'Cause
insight. I'll assist.
Yeah. 10. Just Jesus.
All right. Yeah, this is a ghost town, which is not an unusual thing in the wake of the Red Death. Whoever lived in here, however recently these additions to the barricade are, they're dead.
Oh God.
There is no one living in this
Janice?
castle.
Janice, just there's no one here.
Doesn't mean there's no stuff, though.
Yeah. There's no one living left here.
Perfect.
This was no.
Oh, that is
Not
exactly.
I should remind you, because it's been a while. You do know that Philosopher's Stones are rumored to be in one of the castles in this area.
Yes, I know, but
Yes.
not perfect, Gore. This is
What?
a place that was destroyed by the plague.
Incorrect. This was
Whoever
likely
was
used.
here-
This was likely used by bandits.
I don't care if they were bandits or not.
Might be haunted.
That's
And regardless, it
Yeah, I
being
mean-
empty suits our needs perfectly.
they look away from Gore. And
I'll take your
head
wins where you
into-
can.
Like it's just gonna go
Yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get the music going.
Oh my God, no!
Come on in, gang. The water's fine.
Lavender Tower.
Uh,
Ghost. Where do we start?
Where
Top
there's a
left.
where it's visible.
Zoom out. Should see what has been made visible.
Oh, that's a whole map that we haven't. Oh,
left side.
Mhm.
I thought I was I was zooming in. I thought
Let's start at the top here, please.
all right.
Do 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 do.
I haven't been in many haunted I have-
do.
well, I haven't been in the many haunted castles, but this is a haunted castle.
Well, I think it's my first.
This is a doom.
Before anyone compliments me, I did download this map. I did not make it, but it's good. I'm gonna have fun with it. You enter a dining hall area. The tables covered in dust, and a bit of dry rot mold, essentially, because you are in the drier section of northern Mediterra now. There are kitchens and food serving areas over here, where food would have been prepared and passed out by various servants in its prime, as well as 3 pools of stagnant water that were, probably decorative fountains at one point, but now are just a vessel for disease, as well as a hallway leading down this way.
I know how to disinfect shit, right?
Yeah.
Is there
Is
any...
there a reason? Is there a reason to at the moment?
No, it's just instincts of theirs kicking in.
Like, you gotta think about it.
This
Like,
is-
if there were people going to resettle here, yeah, go ahead. But right now, you might need that MP for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look, they're kind of it's. This is, the doctor walking into all of the plague again, just smack into their face.
Mm-hmm.
They're not.
It's been a while since we've had a good, nice reminder that people have died.
Yeah, they're not doing too hot right this second. It's
Like
it's
like
fucking with them.
like is cautiously takes a look in.
Double insight check. Difficulty 16.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh fuck! Is that for everybody or for Leica?
will my Monster Hunter senses the?
Nope.
helpful here?
Difficulty 16. I will no bonuses. Difficulty 16.
Oh,
Oh, fucking close though.
oh.
Man, the dice are
Hey.
bastards. That's like the third
Can
time
someone
they've
help
given
me?
you a
Hey,
just
hey,
one
So-
bit low.
can we invoke our bond to help an ally?
No, but we can retroactively make this a group check. I mean, technically we can't according to the rules, but I feel I'm okay with retroactively making this a group check. If you roll a 10, you add 1 to Leica's roll.
Right. What do we
Hey.
roll again?
Double insight.
Insight, the same
Double
thing.
invite.
That's enough. We
Yay.
got enough. We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leica, as
flavor
you
that
as you examine the area with Janice, you do find amidst the dust and grime, very queerly, a few drops of dried blood that has been spilled far too recently to make sense in a room with this much dust in it.
Mm.
We're not alone
Which
here.
means something dripped blood without touching the floor.
Oh. Look up.
You don't see anything.
Either
The
someone
blood's not recent, it's not fresh, but it's too recent to match the dirt spots. Like, if the dust here is from like months and months ago, this blood is from like at most a week ago.
So maybe some sort of plague phantom, like make the pantomime to Cassidy and how she was always dripping.
Oh.
Possible. There's a lot of possible explanations for this with various things. It does conclusively prove is that there's something in here that's incongruous, or something that was in here that is incongruous with the current state of it.
Yeah, either way, we're not alone here. Be on your guards, ladies and gents.
Well, back in the tavern, I was able to recognize the Mortarbairn for what it was, so maybe I can see other ghosts too. We'll just have to keep an eye out.
Janice.
Can Leica do a
Leave-
chimeras ritual to concoct a de-ectoplasm residue potion?
We don't have any ectoplasm yet.
Uh,
Or like
No,
see
that's
ghostly
the- No, that's not how ritual works. And also, I'm not sure even if it was, I'm not sure you'd want to spend that MP just yet. You
That's
might
fair.
want to see what you're dealing with and how much of what you're dealing with. I mean, if you zoom out, this
Yeah.
map's pretty big.
Only one way
Alright.
to go.
Janice does like stumble over and lean against this wall.
I know this has to be difficult for you.
They don't. Their beaked face doesn't even like turn to look at you, but they push some stuff away from the wall and go.
You travel out of this room into the next one, which also bears something odd.
Oh God.
An incredibly dusty room with a significantly undusty statue.
What is this a statue of?
Takes you a moment to recognize it. At first, it seems weirdly familiar, and at first you think, is that a statue of Miranda de Circe? No. but it is a statue of the god that her fashion pays homage to.
Oh.
You see a huge winged goddess
Hecate.
with clawed hands growing out of her dragon wings that hold the faces of a youthful girl in one hand and an old haggard crone in the other, while her face is that of a beautiful mature woman. It is, of course, Hecate, goddess of crossroads, witches, and the occult.
Oh, shit. I feel like I should pay some respect here.
Well, if
Jan-
anyone would be trying to make a
What's up, bud?
philosopher's stone, they would want to know the occult, wouldn't they?
This statue is pristine. There is no
Janice?
dust, there is no grime. It looks fresh. It's old, but it has been kept clean where everything else has been allowed to wallow in decay.
Janice reaches out and touches it.
You feel something.
Okay.
Not
What
in
do
a
you feel?
physical sensation. Physically, you feel the statue, the polished stone. But on a deeper level, on a level of sensation that goes beyond the mere physical, beyond nerves and synapses, in something much more to the core of your being, something that you recognize as a witch as being your soul, you feel a dread chill as you are briefly but deeply connected to an unfathomable source of cosmic power.
Oh my... Did I just...
The goddess Hecate is looking through this statue as you are here.
Oh, fuck! Janice is like just staring at the statue with her hand on it.
And though it doesn't move, it doesn't change, you can you feel now that all three sets of eyes of the statue are gazing upon you in turn.
Fuck. It's okay.
As here, I thought the eyes of Notre Dame were bad.
Do I know an honorific for Hecate?
That's a good question. Wikipedia, can you help us out? Goddess of Crossroads would be one that I know off of the top of my head. Goddess
Okay,
of Night, magic, witchcraft, drugs, the moon. Let's see if she has any specifics, honorifics like Athena does. Seeing any that jump out, I would say Goddess of Crossroads and Night, Goddess of Witchcraft. She is a Sathonic goddess. So Dread Hecate would also be
okay.
be notable because she's not an Olympian. She is of Hades's pantheon, the pantheon of underworld gods.
Okay. Dread Hecate.
Sure. Look,
You look upon me in this place. I feel your presence here. What happened here?
You don't get a response. It seems that while Hecate is watching, she is not interested yet in interacting.
Okay.
Alex will just politely wave.
yeah, like it does. Like it does a polite bow.
This is Lyca and Alex and Gore. They are my companions. We will continue to investigate this place. Dread Hecate. If you have any request of me while I am here, I am happy to listen. and pulls her hand away.
Very respectful.
That is, consistent thing with them. They're very respectful to the gods.
As you should be when you live in a Mediterra.
Yeah. And also, like, actively worship at least two.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the Mediterranean gods
Minerva
are a very active pantheon.
As we've
Yeah,
met
but-
several.
Yeah, Minerva and likely to some extent Hecate because of the other half.
Is this the first Chthonic god we've met besides Eris? Well, met in quote quotes.
Yeah, besides Eris, this is the first one that you've encountered. I mean, you've encountered an agent of the Chthonic gods of Miranda de Circe,
That doesn't count.
but yeah, this is the first time you've had any inkling that the Chthonic gods have paid notice the way the Olympians have to what's going on. All right.
Mhm.
Those of you going in this left-hand hallway, there is a room up and a room down.
Up, I say, up. That seems
Like
like,
a
a
small, like a
non-mission
little,
essential path, which means it must be taken.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
As you go up,
zombies.
several corpses lie on the floor. Only upon hearing your footsteps, they shudder, stagger up onto their feet, turn their decayed faces to you, and their arms lift up slowly straight out as their hands twist into gnarled claws, and they stagger forward with the unearthly, bone-chilling moan, the death rattle of a corpse.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative.
Question: Is this a game where healing hurts dead things?
No.
No.
Like a roll of 20.
Okay.
I mean, Fabula Ultima is, but Midgheim is not.
Okay.
You guys beat their initiative, don't worry.
Okay. So, I can't- so
I can
These
get
are
all-
revenants in Midgheim terms, but that is essentially a Romero zombie.
So I can't cast heal to fuck them up.
that was a
Unfortunately,
double
no.
on
If it was normal, Fabula Ultima rules, yes, but no.
That'd be 4 plus 15 light.
Okay, if you're specifying light,
Yeah.
that's good.
To all four.
To all four. That's
Yeah,
very good.
multi.
Yeah.
Like it just sees all the zombies coming for Alex and just pushes him aside and just.
The Gatling as they're riddled with holes.
Zombie attacks you. Let's see what you got here. Wow, damn. That feels a little unhelpful. Okay. Do. Does 8 hit you like a
8?
8?
No.
Oh, damn. Wow, it's almost like revenants are not particularly strong. All right, one of you guys get to go.
Unless you have a something in mind. You're very far away.
Oops. I wanted to buff somebody.
Good.
Like it will hold out her hand. Save it. These are revenants. So they're not with the effort.
I know-
Anything complex.
I'm aware, but this is going to cost me very little.
I like it still.
You can
says
always
save
bonk
it.
them with your caduceus. A staff of healing should not hurt these fuckers.
I could.
Back
Also,
to
that was
bed
the
with
way.
you.
Also, that was an
Wait.
even, so Lyca needs to counterattack. I just realized.
I can send chitters.
That will to the one who attack Lyca. That will be 26 fire damage.
Where are your
Well,
stats?
all right.
Chitters?
Where is it?
What?
Oh,
There we go. That's what I want.
Yay.
Wait,
oh.
that was only to one?
Oh, it was only to one?
Yeah, that was just Dips is only
Oh.
one.
Sorry, I forgot about that. Well, okay.
All the other zombies died of embarrassment.
Okay,
No,
apparently
let's just
Peter's-
let's.
They die of cringe.
It's
They go
all
back
right.
to bed.
It's all right. They weren't the only thing I'm showing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. God, where did
Which
I put
means
Peter?
go
What the hell?
down the other. Right. Go down the other hole.
You find well, the plus side about this it's somebody's living quarters. You would think probably a steward, like a master servant. Um Not a lot in here. There are some bones that are clean. In fact, when you look at them, they're a little too clean. And also they have some odd marks on them, like someone has been gnawing on them with blunt teeth that aren't really meant to be biting on bones directly.
You are jitters. Ugh. Okay, I found jitters.
But you know, what matters is that someone got a full meal.
These bones look recent.
No, they're old. They're dusty.
Is there anything in the like drawers over here or anything?
Yeah, actually, as you go through the drawers, you do find some personal effects. A lot of them relatively undisturbed, but there's one thing. You see a faint outline of where there should have been a ring of keys, like an outline in the dust, where like at one point this ring of keys were sitting here for a very long time. That's been recent-ishly removed.
Well, it looks like someone else has been here recently and pilfered a bunch of keys.
Hmm. We should burn these bodies.
Leica goes in and uses her fire daggers to stab each one of them.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah. Going back out here.
Anything else in this room that I can find?
No,
How about the
a
zombie
big-
room?
just some zombies. You know, there are some beds of servants and, you know, some odd personal effects, you know, shitty clothes and whatnot, but a lot of it's moth-eaten. There's nothing very usable. You know, this is servants' quarters, and now I guess revenants' quarters, or formerly revenants' quarters.
I guess we press on.
Leica's gonna have her one-handed crossbow in one hand and one of her knives in the other.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In this room, you see another statue, oddly pristine despite its surroundings, of a dog with 3 heads and a serpent for a tail.
Oh,
Puppy.
Oh, hi, Spot.
so
It's two of its heads. One is looking and matching the gaze of a face on this side, and the other is looking and matching the gaze of a face on that side.
What are the faces on both sides?
They appear to be demons, or at the very least, they're, you know, nasty, horned, ogreish, monstrous faces. And as you look at them, you realize that their jaw is articulated like that of a puppet.
Huh.
oh,
Sir Daniel Fortescue. Sorry. Huh.
Gotta reach up and grab, just hold on, just hold on to a jaw. So like, and Alex just goes, "Roar, roar, roar."
Double willpower.
Oh Jesus!
Oh fuck.
Double willpower.
Oh my.
Difficulty 10.
Ow.
Uh,
Oh.
Hey, as you jokingly grab the jaw, it's actually much easier to move than you expected, and it actually takes some very quick thinking on your part to stop yourself from actually moving it without realizing what the consequences of that might be. So you almost just fucked around and found out.
oh,
Alex.
But you
Don't,
stopped yourself just in time.
don't have that.
Can I can roll an investigation check to see what
Sorry.
this whole thing is about. Is it a trap or?
Yeah, I'll let you do an investigation check. We'll say difficulty 12.
Assistance would be appreciated.
I'll
Maybe
assist
my
because I
body
almost got
talent-
fried.
Oh wait, I'll use combo point. Never mind.
Double insight.
You guys can make it a group check if you'd like.
Yeah.
I will.
Let's make that a group
set
check.
that.
Dang,
Yeah.
that is poor.
God, the dice are being mean tonight.
Bashaba, get back to the other game.
Yeah, Bashaba.
11. You guys could help me.
Like it will assist, but she can't because she only got the 6.
Yeah,
Didn't rely on my roll.
I don't think we're figuring this
Helping.
one out. Just
Unless you want to roll a fabulous point on that that 4.
Yeah, I should.
Hey,
we
Maureen,
re-rolling fabulous
Watch you roll a
points.
3.
I now have, I think, because we got a fabulous point for starting the session, right?
Yeah.
That's if you
Special,
have
okay.
none.
Okay, then I have none now. I just used it.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's a 14.
You look at them, you squint, and you look at Cerberus, the statue. Cerberus is you know Cerberus, fairly famous figure. He guards the gates
Yeah.
of the underworld, which is where demons come from. They specifically come from Tartarus, the place of punishment. You know enough about demons, especially now after having to research them a little bit, to know that one of the ways demons travel from the underworld to the mortal plane is called the Hellmouth, which is a demonic maw flame that rips open into our reality and lets demons spill out. Cerberus
Okay.
watches the underworld and keeps track and makes sure that the souls of dead mortals stay there and don't exit like demons can. So one would posit that if Cerberus is looking at these two demons with gaping maws, that these are effigies of the Hellmouth. They're not Hellmouths themselves. They're not made out of hellfire. They're statues. So whatever would be on the other side would probably be some other representation of the underworld. You don't get any actual magic sense of that. It's just more like these are mechanical hidden doors to something that, from context, probably represents more worship of Symphonic gods.
Okay.
Okay, so these doors probably.
Alex got the wiggy got wigged out by almost touching it.
Well, yeah, because it's a mechanism in a spooky haunted
Yeah.
castle.
So it probably
That
would
you-
have crushed his hand.
No, he just was like, "Oh fuck, I almost opened that and I don't know what it does."
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Behind these mouths are
Like, it's like if you pressed an unlabeled button. Maybe it just sets off the car alarm or opens the truck. Maybe it's the self-destruct mechanism. You don't fucking know.
Mhm.
mean,
behind
it's not
these is
Yeah,
I mean, who,
he was just joking around, and then he was like, "Oh God, that's something that might actually do something. I'm gonna stop."
that might behind these I think are something representative of the underworld or something to worship the chthonic gods. That's why they're modeled after Hellmouth.
So
I'm
was
gonna
I
get
or
my,
was I not going to set myself on fire again? This time for pain purpose, like it being painful.
Can like
So yeah, just emphasize. Mechanically speaking, these are doors. They're hidden doors,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
doors.
No, they would not.
Like has
hurt
got to look
you.
at the mechanism. Is there any like button or way to open it?
You open the
Just
jaw.
Just the
You
jaw, I
open
think.
the hellmouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
like this
Janice
opens
like
the mouth.
Which one?
it reaches like
the one
There's
where like
one
it is.
here?
oh,
Yep.
Okay. So you go to this one. You find 5 more statues.
Oh.
Dionysus you recognize easily with this one. This
Dionysus?
one you don't. Oh, sorry, Bacchus you recognize easily with this one. This one you don't quite recognize. It's a god. It's got some skulls on him. This
God,
one you
Capricorn.
recognize though. It's Nyx, the goddess of night. This
Oh.
one is Persephone, and then at the center of them all is Hades, or sorry, Pluto, and Persephone should be Prosperina.
Like will give a polite bow, and then look at the one she doesn't recognize.
I'm gonna
Can I
open
roll
this.
Can I use a recall check to try to figure it out?
I'll allow it. Difficulty 14.
No
40.
bonuses or anything from my history?
No bonuses. You're Bertanche, remember?
Ah,
You,
right.
Do you want my help?
Yeah.
I've
Somebody
lived
might
here
have
longer.
give a look at this because
Well,
it's all Greek to me.
Ba-dum-bum.
I'll give it a look. See
explode
then.
you with a geyser.
It's all Southern Mediterranean to me. Doesn't have the right ring to it.
All right, you said a double insight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like it will help since if you can.
Let's see. I got 5 points to burn.
Oh, more XP.
More XP.
That's a 10.
The
Then
6
Alex,
plus
this up
3 would be
with,
a 9. So, would you
What's the
also like to
difficulty?
assist me, godly fucking doctor?
Oh, I guess it's double insight.
Yes.
Also, one of you is a witch, so you might get a bonus.
Yeah, do I get a bonus to this, CT?
I'll
Part
give
of
you
me
+2.
is from here.
I'll give you a +2.
What
No! The dice!
I have no
You
more
don't-
Fabula points.
You
I'm
don't know who this-
sorry.
You don't know who this fucker is.
Do you want me to try? Because I only have a 6. And
Go ahead. It can't
Might as
hurt
well.
at this point.
Brain blast, you little bitch.
Uh,
It's so close.
You don't know. You guys don't know who this fucker is.
Okay.
All right, want to check out the other one?
Yes.
yeah, I'll use my
Okay.
staff to pull down the jaw. Ooh, knights in here.
There is a statue of a goddess who is not hard to identify at all. She has one of the most distinct senses of style of any god in the Mediterranean pantheons.
Eris?
You do in fact see where is my Eris art?
I know you've made one recently.
I made like
Yeah.
a sketch. Hurry, you little fucker.
Yeah, and I immediately said that's a wife.
Oh, here you are. You see
yes.
Eris, or as she's known in Northern Mediterranean, Discordia, her sculpted with her long needle fingers and zigzag patterns carved into her skin and dress to show the chaotic nature of this goddess, along with her long mane of almost snake-like hair.
Fuck, I love
Next to
TV.
Eris, here, and here are 3 goddesses that look sort of like harpies and sort of like gorgons. They have feathered wings and snakes for hair and long arching talons, and they wear spiked leather armor. And then at the head of this collection is a warrior goddess with armor like that of Mars, but a slightly more feminine build like that of Minerva. But she is neither, as you tell from the large mane of wild boar-like hair coming from out the back of her helm, and the jagged spikes and on her armor, and the skulls strapped to her belt at her hips.
Nemesis.
It is Nemesis,
Oh, fuck.
goddess of vengeance and justice.
Like it will give a very courteous bow to Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
In these 2 rooms, you have most of the rest of the Sithonic pantheon, in addition to Hecate.
Shit. God, do they have the same vibe of watching as Hecate does?
I don't know. Have you touched him?
Oh God,
Well,
I'll touch.
Nemesis
but-
is like his family's patron god, so like it feels compelled
yeah.
to do
Do it.
to like. Is there any specific courteous bow or in question, TT?
So the all gods love respect and humility and whatnot, but Nemesis is very no nonsense. She doesn't care much about ritual and
Yep.
formality. She cares about getting shit done and making sure what is right is done. So she doesn't care about the ritual so much as the intent.
Yeah. So like he'll just give a courteous nod.
You touch it?
When you touch it, you feel a burning in your body. It's not painful. It's none of us are alcohol drinkers here, but I have drunk alcohol before, and there is a burning sensation when you have it inside you. That's kind of pleasant. Just this, but also not. It's hard, sort of hard to describe. Where it's like, oh fuck, when you feel it hit. It's not painful, but you're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you feel on in your spirit when you commune with Nemesis through this idol of her.
Hmm.
You are recognized, you are seen, her attention is on you now. And she's not angry or anything, but there is just a on your toes element when Nemesis is in the room. Even if it's just by proxy through her eyes gazing through her statue.
I've shared space with women like that. They're
Yeah,
not
sounds like
mad,
mom.
but they're intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like his mom.
Hey Gore, you should touch. You should touch
No one-
Discord.
No.
Yeah, no one.
She saw
What?
you, motherfucker.
Yeah, Leica will give a similar courteous to the others.
Oh God, which of
She
them?
doesn't touch them, but
Do you actually make that suggestion in
Yeah,
character?
no one knows
No,
you
no,
saw
'cause
courteous. So
You
we
didn't
wouldn't-
tell us that you saw Discord.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. It's like even then, he's moderately sure it was a fucking hallucination from 5 different god things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the statue we didn't recognize.
Hmm?
And just kind of stare up at it, and oh man, would a god smite me if I didn't immediately recognize them?
Depends on the god.
Oh, fuck.
You could respectfully ask.
Which one?
You could respectively
Yeah,
respectfully ask. I do not know you, but I wish to know of your greatness. Please make yourself known to me. or
Yeah.
something like that.
So, is Dread a good honorific for any of the chthonic gods?
Yeah, dread whatever is a common honorific for all the Symphonic gods because they are dreadful because they are related to death.
Yeah.
Even the ones where that's not directly their domain, because they are Symphonic gods, because they live in the underworld, they are of death. They are of the end of life.
Huh, surprised didn't see Thanatos here.
Okay.
The Greeks were little bitches, even though their afterlife was better than almost any other afterlife.
Is it a masculine or
Latin
feminine
Egyptian.
form?
Is it almost?
It's male. To describe the god, he's got jewelry sculpted onto him, like that worn by Hades and Persephone.
Atreus.
There are 3 hounds' heads sculpted into a pauldron on his shoulder. He's got a youthful look about him. And he's the only one that's smiling in a wholesome way other than Persephone.
All right.
And even Persephone's is a little sorrowful, where his just looks cheerful, like what a sweet boy. Well,
Man,
okay, I will
read
say Dionysus has an incredibly jovial smile, but it's also drunk off his ass. Sorry, Bacchus has a very jovial smile, but it's also drunk off his ass.
Great Dread God, I apologize. I do not immediately recognize you, but
That's cool.
I would be. What?
It's cool. Happens all the time. It's because I don't get out much. The statue's not moving, but you hear the words in your head.
Yeah.
Like a little
What-
Zagreus.
What do I call you?
I'm Zagreus. Everyone else sort of leaves the underworld every now and then, or they rule it. So I'm just sort of here. So it's fine. It's nice they
okay,
gave me a statue for once. A lot of people just forget that I'm kind of here, or they think I'm the same as Bacchus. We're different.
Clearly. It is an honor to speak to you, Dread Zagreus.
Oh, yeah, thanks. It's cool to have someone actually stop at this one. What you doing here?
Well, we are currently on a quest to try and free our lands from hostile influence.
Oh shit, nice.
And part of that is there are potentially philosopher's stones scattered about these lands currently.
Okay, Philosopher's Stones sounds familiar. Auntie Hecate mentioned those a few times. It's like a magic thing.
It's a extremely powerful magical stone made by
Well,
humans.
okay. If someone here had it, it'd probably be the married couple way down in the royal chambers.
Are they?
Royal.
This place has undead and has revenants.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
are they dead down there?
There is no one who is, by mortal standards, living here.
All right.
Doesn't mean it's uninhabited, though.
Yeah. We already ran into revenants.
I don't know how much I can tell you actually, because they are the ones keeping care of the idols, so it feels like kind of a betrayal. And like I said, I don't get a lot of people who
Of course.
know I exist, so I don't want to spoil what little worship I'm getting from the
Well-
living here.
Well, I will do my. I am a follower of Minerva. I will do my best to spread knowledge of Dread Zagreus.
I haven't seen her that often, but she seems fine. I mean, she's a war goddess, right? So she sends a lot of people my way in one way or another.
What is your pantheon?
Oh, Dad's Pluto, Mom's Proserpina.
Yeah.
So you know,
Oh.
there's.
Oh.
Like I said, I don't actually get out that all. I have not gone to your realm once.
Well, if you ever change your mind,
You know, is what's there to do up there?
well, I'm not sure what there is to do for. I mean, you know, it's I imagine it is fairly distinct from the underworld up here.
Well, you know, my half sister lives up there. I guess I could, you know, ask her about it next time. You know.
Half sister?
Yeah. You know, Dad's not as big of a slut as Uncle Jupiter is, but they did have a key party once. He went home with Hecate. You know.
Fucking cheap
Ah,
party.
one away.
Well, visiting. I recently saw my sister, and that was delightful. So I could, you know, recommend it.
All right. Well. All right. I'll think about it. If I do, I'll hit you up.
All right. I'm Janice.
Hi, Jonas. Nice to meet you. Hey, I know someone with that name too.
Yes, I took inspiration from their name because of my own circumstances.
Oh, they're gonna be chuffed. People don't think of them a lot either.
Aww. Well, I suppose that's to other gods
Hey.
to.
You're all right. You know, when you kick it, I'm
Aw.
gonna make sure you get to those Elysian fields. All right.
I. Thank you.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm gonna keep an eye on things. When your thread gets cut, I will be there.
It's gonna be easy.
Thank you. For just so you're aware, I've got two souls in this body, so that might be a little confusing.
Yeah, but like it's looking like those threads are gonna be cut at the same time. So
Oh fuck! They are
I mean-
silent for like.
I'm not one of the three, so I can't say that for sure. But I'm like looking at it, it's like yeah, that cord is really, really, really tight.
I am honored, Transacris.
No problem. Okay, I'll let you get to your mortal business. Sorry for chatting you so long. Thanks.
it's always
Thanks for
been-
saying hi.
It was an honor to hear from you.
Oh, thank you. Mortals are sweet.
Aw. Well, shit, Janice needs to. Janice, besides praying to Minerva, she's now gonna add fucking Zagreus and Janice to that. Fuck.
Yeah,
oh my
we-
god.
All that conversation happened to your head, though. You're just like staring really intensely into the statue.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you okay?
It takes like I guess a couple minutes for that conversation to end, and she pulls her hand away.
You
I
okay?
feel
You
somehow
kind of spaced
better.
out.
I feel somehow better and somehow worse.
Okay.
Oh,
I
I know
understand
who
the
this
feeling.
is now. This is the son of Pluto and
Pluto.
what was Persephone's name?
Prosperina.
Prosperina.
Yeah, this is the son of Prosperino and Pluto. This is Dread Zagreus. He spoke to me. He was very, very kind.
Janice is gonna enter the underworld. It's gonna be a fucking frat party.
If we pull
What's
off that,
done?
It's like
if we pull off half of our plans,
She's like,
Zagreus is going to have the easiest time ever to convince Dad to put Janice in the Elysian Fields. It's like, man, he's like, Dad, you really got to put her in here. You know, they're great. And he's like, yeah, I know. They're already going there. They helped stop an entire war. What?
and she was also half a plague doctor, so
But I need to go out to the surface world more often.
yeah. I might have convinced Zagreus to come to the surface world.
I
and if he
can't
does,
believe- I
he's going
can't
to
believe-
hit me up.
I can't believe Janice just jump started the plot to Hades.
God,
I know.
imagine Zagreus like getting his lawyer on, and Pluto knows it's the easiest case ever, but lets it go because the kid's getting involved. He doesn't do that very often.
And it is a well-known fact that when a trans woman is in need, people will venture across the underworld.
What?
People will move heaven and earth for trans women,
Oh.
and the heaven, earth, and the underworld.
But so he could not tell me everything because the ones here have been giving him prayer, and that's not something a lot do, apparently.
Raises
But
an
there
eyebrow.
is, if there is a philosopher's stone here, it's in the possession of a married couple.
If we're giving him prayer, that means there's sapient undead.
Potentially. But that also means there is talking and potentially reasoning with them. I don't want to take away two of the only people who...
I don't disagree. I'm saying they'll be angry
Big
we
attack.
invaded.
That is likely.
Well, how about we press forward?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can explain ourselves and what are we trying to do. Hopefully, this can all be civil.
As you leave this chamber of Sithonic gods, you pass two not full-on sculptures, but like carvings into stone in the wall. One depicts Hermes over here. And another depicts again a goddess you can't quite place. She, like Zagreus before, does have jewelry akin to those worn by Proserpina and Pluto. But she also has elements in her design and in the anatomy of her body that bring to mind Hecate.
Hmm.
Does this look like his half-sister?
That would parse. She does sort of look like a child of Hades and Hecate. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Pluto and
I think-
Hecate.
I think this is the child of Pluto and Hecate.
And each of them are holding a skull that, upon closer examination, separate from the rest of the carving, and looks almost
Oh.
like you could just poke it.
Hmm.
Before you decide to do anything on that, I also want to talk about these statues. At first, it's odd they're hard to place. They look very similar to the Cerberus statue, but they only have one head. And it takes a while for you to figure out what the hell's going on there until you realize Cerberus is a very old dog and a beloved dog. He has to have had pups by now.
Aw.
Aww.
Hee-ho pupper.
Hee-ho pupper! Okay, did Zachary say... No, he didn't say his sister's name, he just mentioned having one.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going forward and see if
These,
we'll need
these
those.
skulls are... Yeah, they're... They bow to, Zach's sister, and... What was the other one?
Mercury, or rather Hermes.
Hermes.
Hermes,
Mercury.
or rather Mercury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However,
So you said the skulls could
bows
be
to both
pushed.
of them.
The skulls look like they like you could push them, like further into the groove.
Like, I will say, the Gore is respectful of the various deities. None of them he goes out of his way to like bow to, with the exception of Mercury, and he does just a very slow like dip of the head. You know, as and he just mumbles as one traveler to another, and he just moves on.
For a moment, you
Aw.
swear that statue winked at you,
Just does the
or
finger
carving
guns.
rather. It's not a full statue.
Can we roll an investigation check on the skulls?
Yeah, go ahead. Difficulty 10.
All right. But Bashaba, why?
Damn.
Oh,
God.
I'm gonna.
at least it gives you a
Hold
felt point,
on.
doesn't it?
I'm the
Um,
caster. These are my good stats.
Looking at them, well, someone got a fucking 13.
That's
Yeah,
me.
Nora.
Yeah. Looking at them,
See,
it's another triggering mechanism for a hidden door. One
yeah, that's
that and from logically from before, the Cerberus statue was looking at hidden doors that led to underworld gods. So obviously whatever's behind the Hermes door would have something to do with Hermes' domain, and then whatever's behind the witch goddess lady door would have something to do with whatever this mystery goddess's domain is.
God, just not pick Hermes, because he has 80 some odd domains. It could be any of them.
Probably Psychopomp, so that's probably
Well,
tied to guess
yes,
where Scanner
that
knows
makes
the others
sense.
are.
But we could easily go through the door and end up in a medical ward.
Yeah, like it pushes the skull.
This one? Hermes
Whichever
skull?
one-
Alright.
Alright.
Gambling.
okay.
Let's go gambling.
You enter and you see 4 skeletons hard at work, putting boxes together and hammering nails onto them. Ah, this is great work we're doing here. And they stop and they all look at you. Why? Why have you got
Sorry.
skin on you?
I don't see. It's just all cloth.
Was the castle
Oh.
auditing team?
Ow!
God damn it.
What's an audit?
Oh, just
I was
to come
making sure
together to
everything
make sure
is-
you guys doing good job.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a good job. See? Putting these
Hmm.
crates together real good.
Why are you putting these crates together?
Because we were told to.
Yes, but what were you told? I want to
What?
know how much you're.
We were told that we have to put these crates together so we can put stuff in them.
Nod. Good.
Right.
Good.
And then when we put this stuff in them, we gotta put them in a cart, and we gotta take the cart all the way to Crossroads, and we deliver it.
What-
Ah, I
the
should.
way
And
to
we say from the
Crossroads.
Shade Side Mafia to you, witches.
Oh fuck. Oh,
Undead Mafia. Just. Gore
working with witches.
Gore peeks out. I see.
Well.
I guess that makes you the skeleton crew.
Hey! And they all cheer, and then they all rush to you and start patting you on the back with their bony hands. Hey!
Okay.
All right, drink time, boys! And they reach into a coffin and they pull out some brews and they hand one to all of you.
Well, fuck yeah.
What god is in here, by the way?
There's no god in here. There is just like a very huge, elaborate coffin.
They were behind the Mercury
Oh.
statue,
Wait.
so they're
apparently these bony boys are using to store booze in.
It's the
Of
giant
course,
cooler.
it's the
Alright.
Hermes store.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbie's good friends with Marcus.
Well, and also these are delivery boys.
Exactly. Yeah, take a drink of this weird
As-
necro booze.
It's just liquor. It's just
Okay.
normal like whiskey.
Alright.
As the Skelemen drink it, once it goes past like into like down past their lower mandible, it disappears.
Oh.
Like it doesn't like pour down and like drip onto their rib cages. It just disappears when it's obscured by their mandibles.
I see.
Oh. Janice.
Somehow they are drinking it.
Janice gets quiet.
Doesn't know how they're drinking it or why they're drinking it, but Gore's fucking drinking with them.
So
Yeah, I tell
what sorts of goods do you good lads send to Shadeside? I mean, to the witches.
Oh, all sorts of things. Sometimes we send weapons to good old Crossroads. Sometimes send a bunch of like herbs. You know, it's the Mr. and the Mrs. that figure out everything. Good old bosses.
What can you tell
And
me
the
about?
underbosses tell the capos to give us the orders, and you know, we take them and we do what we're supposed to do. And if we meet some rough and tumble customers, we give them what's for.
What can you tell us about the Mr. and Mrs.? They treat
I-
you good?
Yeah, they treat us nice, you know? They're the ones who made us. Did some bibbity-bobbity and rose us from the ground.
Are you Skeleman?
Yeah, we're Skelemen!
TT.
Yes.
Someone from Breton. Are these some Breton boys? By their
Yeah,
accent?
they've got Bretonch accents.
Okay. I was curious. It's like, wow, you guys are in the fucking ways.
You lads from Breton, right?
Bretons. Yeah, we're from Bretons!
Hey!
Hey!
Mr. and Mrs. from Breton as well, or are they?
No,
around
no,
here?
no, they're locals. They're locals is
Ah.
what they are. But, you know, they've been worldly. They traveled a bit during the whole plague thing because, you know, they weren't sure if they could get it. Turns out they couldn't. You know, they traveled a bit, rose us for a while, then came back here, saw the state of things. We're like, well, we could clean that up, make it a nice, proper place.
Why?
Wait. I'm sorry. They couldn't catch the plague?
Couldn't catch the plague.
How?
I don't know. They shrugged.
Nothing is immune. What, what's
Aren't
immune
undead-
to the plague?
Aren't undead immune to the plague?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
you
dead
gotta have
into the plague.
Okay.
You
You
gotta
have
have
to
a
have-
body.
You have to have living blood to die of the Red Death.
Yeah. Okay.
Man,
Well,
So Skelemen would be most Skelemen and homunculi are immune to the plague. Like, you know, that's why a lot of places now employ straw men, one of the easiest types of homunculi to create, because you know, and you know, like the scarecrow that you guys met, you know, is a messenger in part because she cannot catch it. She's made of wood and straw. There's nothing for the plague to infect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
well.
Are the... Well,
Do you think they'll mind
I-
that we're here?
I mean, you said you were working, you know, you're doing an audit, so obviously they wouldn't, right?
It's a bit of a surprise audit. We're not sure if they got the message. And
Well, you know what? I'm sure if you tell them, they'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
You know, just don't surprise them too bad, or else they might think you're, you know, torches and pitchforks, wooden stakes, that sort of thing.
Oh, heavens
oh,
no!
definitely not.
Especially
Never.
how well you lads are treated.
Hey!
consider this a surprise audit inspection a resounding success, and I'll bid you gentle bones adieu.
Hey, wait, it's not a success yet. You gotta do one more round.
All right, well, I can take this wig.
I love these guys.
You
Uh,
party with Skeleman.
the TT constant.
Are there any other lads across the way? Like a gestures to the other door.
Oh, over there? No, there's just that. Well, sometimes some of the deliveries that we're supposed to make, we gotta get stuff out of there. But that's the missus's place for the most part.
Ah,
Oh. The missus, so she stays in there.
Well, I mean, it's where she does her tinkering. Right now, she's over in the throne room with her hobby.
Ah, gotcha. Don't want to, barge anywhere
we're not
without
supposed to,
permission.
right?
Consent.
Right. Yeah. Well, just
Good.
so you know, when you go down south, the poltergeist likes to cause some mischief in there. So you might have to do a bit of talking him down a bit. But he's a nice little bastard. And of course, some of the other chaps, they're over to the left.
Right. Do you have an iron that we can so I can put down on this little sheet here?
Oh, yeah. And they write down their names for you, which I have not thought of and will not remember after this.
Skelly, bones, and femur.
Yeah. Tibia, fibula, ribula, and
Tibia, fibia, phi.
Some stupid bone name.
Yeah.
It's fine.
One of them actually writes some stupid bone name. Thank you for your time, Gentlebones.
All right, lads, we gotta get back to work now. These crates aren't gonna make themselves.
They have
Alright,
proceed
gonna
then.
leave.
a
Close the door.
question, TT. Do they just have a pile of wood there, or where are they pulling the materials from?
They've got a bunch of stuff to make crates in here, and
Okay,
they've
cool.
made many deliveries before. They're not just doing stuff out of garbage.
I
That's
just wonder
for home repairs, not for deliveries.
I got you.
I can't believe we just stumbled on a fucking undead Amazon.
No, this place is so much more ethical.
Okay, look, don't make me want to kill these people before we meet them.
Oh, it's so much more ethical. They get breaks.
They can go to the bathroom even though they don't need to.
No, they just use that time to drink.
Okay, the UPS, the Undead
Yeah.
Postal Service.
Okay, better.
Did postal service. That's good.
I don't mention that to Scoth. I don't think she wants to work forever.
Yeah, she might like
Um,
being a lich so she can blow up people she doesn't like.
Whoa.
As
This
you
is
all
neat room.
avoid the Melanoe room and head down,
Yeah,
you
that's
see a glowing pool of green liquid in this central well. And as you look at the liquid, it doesn't move like water. It looks almost like fabric. And then a large glob of it rises out of the well and begins to make a crude shape like a face as it looks at you all and goes,
Hello.
the lads up north sent us. Skelly, Tibia, Fema, and
it doesn't have a head to cock, so it just turns on an angle as it looks at you with the gaping holes in its form that account for eyes.
yeah, we're trying to see the Mr. and Mrs. of the castle.
Oh.
We're just here to make sure everything's up to snuff and not. We're not here
Mama
to
and Dada said to throw chairs at people who come to visit if they have beating hearts. So I'm gonna throw a chair at you.
That's not necessary. That's not necessary.
What if I throw a
I
chair at
am-
myself?
But I like throwing chairs.
Okay, how about you throw the chairs as we walk by, so we can dodge them and you can have fun, and we don't need to get into an actual scrap.
Roll a double willpower. Difficulty 12.
Can like a help?
Da-da-da.
You can make it a group check if you'd like.
I think the orator should help.
Yeah. Ah. Okay, where are you?
Like a roll
willpower?
of 6. I think Nora passed. Oh wait, that was earlier roll.
I haven't rolled yet. I'm trying to find.
Alex
So
passed.
+1.
Oh, okay. $13.
14.
Oh,
Hey, 14, that passes.
roll
Yeah, okay, that works.
1, 2.
All right.
And
Yeah.
the poltergeist essentially plays dodgeball with you for a moment.
Yeah,
except with
yeah.
chairs.
I'm
You spend like 10 minutes, and eventually it's so happy and laughing. It's like, oh, all right, go on down. They're that way.
All right. They said the
Thank
other
you much.
bowling lads are this way, and
Wait, what are those two directions?
more bony lads to the left that we were told.
More bony lads to the left, and you have not
Yeah.
been told about what's here.
I'm asking the poltergeist. What's over there?
A room?
Cool.
Here,
Let's-
yeah,
let's
it
go
is
see the
cool.
miss- Let's go see the Miss and Misses first. So
All right. Okay, so you go
No
down
need.
those stairs.
there's no need. Do we
Um,
need anything? Huh?
Everyone
possible.
zoom the fuck out.
Oh God.
Zoom the fuck
Oh, it's
out,
gonna be a big
please.
room.
Nope.
See.
Boop.
I see. Other side of the map. Descending deeper.
Oh. All right. So
You see two more hellmouth doors. If you open them, in this one, there is a statue of Heracles and a statue of Theseus. In this one, there is a statue of Hercules and a statue of Theseus. And in this one, there's a statues of Ulysses and a statue of a Tiresias.
Oh, 2 stories of the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Let's see.
Wait, sorry. Who are the statues here?
So in this one, Hercules and Theseus, and in this one, Odysseus and Tiresias.
Ah.
Theseus is a piece of shit.
Okay. And like, are those? Well, yeah, you said it. Let's keep going. Oh.
Ghosts.
As you enter this room, there are several black shrouds on the floor. But the minute you step in, the shrouds twitch and float up, and beneath them you see a shadowy forms that are hard to make out, except for their gleaming sharp fangs and red glowing eyes as they look at you and make hideous hissing, sniffing sounds. Life. I smell life. It's
We're
running
friendly.
veins, sticky, sweet, and red.
The Bonnie lad sent us. We're here to talk with the missus.
The missus. Oh, doesn't she have enough? And that sticky, sweet red. Her and the husband. Can't we have a little bit? Just a little. Prick your fingers, please.
Do we have any god bread left?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've not been told how much we had.
I don't
How
know.
much we've been using.
No, we had a. He said we had a fuck ton. So
Yeah,
You had a lot.
same as
Gonna
weed.
reach into the bag. It's like, all right. Before we jump to things, I know this is not really a I know this is not a substitution for flesh and squirting blood and whatnot, but this is very tasty. And he pulls out a loaf.
Most of them immediately glower. We cannot eat food, only life. But one stops and holds up an inky, like Vanta black talon. You know, it's
Awesome.
not black. It is the absence of light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, it's sharp fingers holding, and like the universal shut the fuck up and stop moment, and says, "It's life."
Yeah. And he breaks off a piece and he hands it to that one.
It reaches out with a shaking hand, as if afraid that it won't be able to touch it. But it grips the bread, and it brings it to its face. And the face of this thing, it is a shadowy void beneath the black shroud. But the face, the glowing red eyes, the maw of sharp teeth, quivers with memories of something so distant, yet so comforting from its past that it thought it would never experience again. And it shudders as it opens its mouth and holds the bread to its, not lips, but its maw. And slowly closes its teeth on it, awkwardly as if it has forgotten how to eat.
Oh.
And eventually relearns in the process of moving its jaws. And you see its eyes close in satisfaction. It has been so since I...
He breaks off more pieces. He starts passing it around.
The others immediately swarm it like pigeons looking for breadcrumbs. And all of them eat and like fall to the ground comforted. All of them sort of rolling and moaning in delight at the experience of being able to eat food when they had not for however untold many unfathomable years they have been alive, or rather undead.
Not alive. All right, that's...
If you don't mind. Just a little bit of quid pro quo.
The first to eat stops, and forces itself to rise again, reaches into its shadowy substance, and produces a tarnished necklace.
Oh.
Show it. Show it, and they will know that you are friend.
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
are friends.
I have not known what it is to taste bread in so long.
Well, consider it a miracle.
I do.
You're in fact not the
That is-
first hungry ghost we've met.
Oh, come on, man!
Deal.
But
No,
It's- what? Did I steal your thunder?
Also,
no, you didn't know.
I'm
You're she's upset.
are
Well,
these doors
emotions.
Everything.
They are in fact doors.
like a opens one?
Janice is gonna wait down here, just out of sight.
Oh,
In these doors, you see statues of ancient figures that are hard to place at first, but eventually you do recognize them because while they are important to the history of gods in Midgehheim, they have been forgotten for a very long while in living memory. These are 4 of the Titans.
oh,
Ooh.
They are depicted not with grandeur like the other gods have been, but in shackles and chains, looking subdued and cowed.
Yeah.
Because, as one knows, the Titans were, at least most of the Titans, were locked away in Tartarus.
Because along came Zeus.
Because of their rebellion,
Hero
because
of
of
the
their
Thunderbolt.
refusal to accept Zeus's coup. You see Oceanus, you see Hyperion, you see what's the fucking animal fucker? What's his name? You see Crius, and you see Coeus, and I'm probably not pronouncing any of those names right. So you see the Titan of the ocean, the Titan of storms, the Titan of wisdom, and the Titan of beasts. Their wives are absent, but of course they are. Their wives were spared the imprisonment that the male Titans got.
Because they were party.
Well, and because a lot of them sided with Rhea.
It's like, yeah, I wonder why I would understand losing your thing.
And I gotta finalize their designs. I was spitting fire when I was making these fuckers.
And these other doors?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my concept art. All right. Oh, those doors up there? You want to go
Anything
check those out?
Anything past these doors would be wary of?
Yeah.
Like it's
I
gonna
wasn't sure
ask.
if you'd notice. They're all way too busy in their bread lust. As you go through these doors, you see churning wells of ectoplasm, and you feel a chill when you look down on them. These are Chthonic portals.
Oh.
You go down there, you're going to the underworld, baby.
Oh
Well,
shit.
I can close the door. I'll take that. Let's not go to the underworld.
Tis a silly place.
I am. It's like, yeah, I'm not ready for that. I'm gonna get there when I'm good and ready.
Well, I have a
Oh,
got,
nothing. See,
someone
there's
to
just
ask for
portals
me
to
when I
hell.
get
Moving
there.
on. As like how
Nothing
much that Thanos. Oh, nothing. See there, just portals to hell.
What?
Look around the corner. What's down this hall?
It's kind of gloomy down there. Do you want to go inside?
Wearing the tarnished necklace, yes.
Yeah.
You find another shade. This one is far more is far less feral than the others had been. His dark, Vanta black hands are combing through some various rocks and peering at them. Bah.
What you doing there?
Sorting. Wait a minute. He turns and he looks at you with his red eyes.
We're friends. Like a gesture to the necklace.
All right. That's weird. All
Takes
right,
off a
then.
piece of god bread. Here, your friends had some. You deserve it.
He stops and he looks. He reaches out and touches it. He opens his jaws and he eats as if he knows how to eat rather than is rediscovering it. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. All right. Okay, this is beginning to make sense now. This is very good, thank you. And he
course.
keeps eating as he continues his job.
What are you sorting
are-
exactly?
There are some stones here of unique and interesting properties that the master would like us to sort from the riffraff. And it's not just gems, that have arcane power. even the most ordinary seeming stones can sometimes be important.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to use my knowledge from my time in the domain Pluto to find the ones that have, ooh, that's a good one, have potential. The Master has deep interest in this, especially with the dark goings on in our neighbors' area.
That is something we are also concerned about.
Neighbor?
Volcanth.
Mm.
Ah, yeah, bad
They
neighbors.
think this place is abandoned, and they have been stripping the mine of its resources to satisfy the petty tyrant over to the west.
Yes, we've
Yeah,
heard
we're not
And-
fond of him either.
As you should be. They are an unkind sort. This is really good.
We.
Apparently not even though God wants anything to do with them.
Yeah, well, the gods don't always have the best judgment, but the Master and the Missus seem to be fond of theirs. And I will say, Pluto judges fairly.
His son Zagreus also seems very kind.
Oh, you know of the boy. Most flesh bags don't. Yes, he's quite a kind sort. Very kind. Even to ones like me, especially to ones like...
Mhm.
It's a recent meeting, but I was excited to meet him.
And it's people who all have it. Ray of sunlight in a world where the sun cannot be seen.
Indeed.
Everyone likes Zag,
Mm.
except Theseus.
Yeah, fair.
Well, we shall
Yeah,
leave you
what
to
kind
your
of stones
business.
have you found?
Now this, he holds up one, is coal. And this here, flint. We have shavings of iron. And steel. Likely leftovers from the various workings of Volcan. Here is a mixture that I have devised with help of my master.
Hmm.
It is a combination of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, and when lit, it can be quite explosive.
I think
Ah,
Leica would
yeah.
be familiar with that concoction.
You've made
No, canonically
Oh.
does not exist in most of
Oh.
Midgahheim yet. Midgahheim is a no-guns world, and he is describing gunpowder.
Why would gunpowder be invented when you could just throw a fireball, basically?
Yep.
yeah.
But if one were to combine it with magic, that could have some interesting properties.
Oh,
Yeah,
Leica takes a look at that. It's like saltpeter, charcoal. What was the concoction?
Saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur.
And if you combine the three together, you light and explode. You say?
And that's just with an ordinary flame. Utilize fire magic with it? Oh, the things we do. But it is a power that my master wishes to use delicately, and I understand. No need to send people down to the underworld prematurely.
Oh, completely understandable.
He looks at you. An interesting quartet of flesh bags.
Why, thank you.
I think the master and mistress were right to allow you entrance. First flesh bags we've allowed to enter here and leave alive, I imagine.
Well, there's always time for a first. We'll leave you to
he
your
nods.
business.
Thank you, and thank you for the bread. Not savored the taste of it. For he stops, and his gaze gets a little distant and a lot sad. Quite a time. Quite a
Aw.
As I understand it, we spend a lot longer dead than we are alive.
quite a bit longer. Live a good life, and that can be a blessing.
Mm-hmm. We'll leave you
Okay,
to your
sir.
work.
Leave him to his business. Come into an area that would be a grand feast hall, likely for nobility to meet. And yet no one is here.
All right, where's the?
And as there is a feast hall, there does need to be a kitchen nearby. Again, empty, dust-ridden. No one has clearly been in here for a while.
Cook.
Whoa.
So, there's a hallway to the left, hallway to the center down, and a hallway to the right down.
Let's check out the.
Got ourselves a little bit of a maze. Like any good underworld.
Oh,
Catacombs.
Probably.
Boop.
Or who knows?
All right. Are you going into this room?
Oh,
You find a
Skeleton.
skeleton who is currently sorting some stuff, looking at a rusty axe with admiration, and he sees you. Oi! What are you doing in my room?
oh, sorry, we're a little bit lost. So you know where the throne room is?
Yeah, it's right down that big main hallway. You're in the apartments.
Sorry about that. Good day to you.
Yeah, all right.
Day to you. Good day.
Well,
Come across the entrance to the throne room of the castle.
let's hope
Oh,
my negotiating muscles are
Is
in
there a door in
shape.
front of us?
Yep. Are you set on going in?
Mm-hmm.
How about you want to knock first?
Yeah.
Are there knockers on
All
the
right,
door?
Alex.
If you go to knock at the doors swing open, spooky haunted house, and reveal to you the throne room of the castle. Inside, there are a few revenants, their eyes foggier than usual as they stare sort of at attention towards the two people in the center of the room. There are 4 skelemen, or at the very least skeletal undead of skeletal beings of some sort, wearing big, impressive, not rusty armor. There are 4 more shades, several poltergeists chittering and chattering, and in the center, sitting on a pair of thrones, there is a beautiful pale woman and a handsome pale man. Again, filler art. I did not get to actually design custom sprites for them.
But do you have
Both-
sketches of their full bodies?
As I said, I did not get to do actual art of them yet. So use your imagination in the theater of the
I
mind
will.
as you see this pale couple whose fingernails are long and sharp, whose eyes are blood red, and who have somewhat prominent canines that poke out just a
Yeah,
little bit
yep.
over their lower lips.
Vampires.
Is this the ending of the dark chivalry?
Well, nope. This is not the Dark Chivalry couple. Different vampires.
I will do a respectful bow.
They look at you as the door opens, and the wife immediately looks to the husband and says, "All right, Antonio, what the hell are these people doing here?"
Lest we forget the mafia bit.
Right.
Monica, I don't know. What are you doing here? Fumies?
We were,
Gobby?
sorry to intrude, but we're trying
Yeah,
to.
sorry. Yeah, you best be sorry to intrude. Do you know where you are? Do you know who I am?
I believe
Silvio,
you
tell these fucks who we are. And one of the shades stands up and says, "We stand for Antonio and Monica Carpaccio, leaders of the Shade Side
God.
Mafia." Yeah, thank you, Silvio.
We were not aware when we came to the castle that it was occupied. Apologies, but once we came inside and were exploring, we realized that you were here, and we, well, are
Monica, what's
also people who are.
Monica, what's that story they tell over in fucking Heratshire? The fucking one about the blonde broad with the bears. Oh, Antonio. Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Yeah, that's the one. So you just fucking Goldilocks on us? You think,
Well-
oh, this is a castle, we can just Goldilocks on it because it looks like everyone's dead? You know what, actually, that's fair.
We are very sorry. We did not know. It was only as we explored that we realized that there was people residing here, and then we,
we
Okay,
thought that.
look, you're a doctor. I respect the profession. And you, little girl with the horns, obviously you've met the devil in some form or another, so gonna let some things slide. Goblin guy, got no problem with goblins. You got problems with goblins, Monica? Why the fuck would I have a problem with a goblin? The fuck? You thinking I'm racist?
Oh my god!
I was just trying to get you to confirm a little bit. You calling me a racist? You think we go all the way through fucking Bretance? You know, we meet all those. Remember those cute goblins we met? And you think I'm gonna have some sort of anti-goblin bigotry? My fucking Bruno Gresley over here? No, I fucking love goblins. Goblin, fucking love you.
Waves.
And the problem with Goblin, you, little pale boy, you got the. Then he opens his mouth and gestures to his very sharp canines in a mouthful of other sharp teeth because Midgheim vampires don't do the fucking two fangs thing. Their mouths are full of fucking knives.
Deluded.
Diluted.
Got vampire in the family, though.
Wait a minute. We're gonna look like Monica. Don't you got like a distant cousin, Ruslovac? Oh my gosh! Are you a Charmille kid?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Oh, it's a little Charmille.
You found your Uncle Antonio.
You know, 500 years ago, my grandma was of poor Ruslovakian noble. She was from Rovane. You ever been to Rovane?
Can't say that I have, but I keep finding
Her
things out.
great grandma was from Castlevania, and then she was in Rovane. And Rovane, they having trouble with the money situation. So she marries a Mediterranean guy. Turns out a vampire. He bites her. He turns her into a vampire. And that's sort of a long way. That's sort of how I got to be my situation.
How interesting.
This is not where I expected this to go.
All right. Well, anyways, look, you guys seem all right.
Oh, we're on the level.
Yeah, I don't want to kill a doctor. That doesn't seem like a good look for us. You just don't tell no one that you've seen a whole bunch of undead people over here. We won't kill you. Does that sound? We just forget about it.
Oh, of
We're
course
all
not.
trying to get by in this.
We were just trying to find someone
Post-plague
that
world.
wasn't Volcan Solmateras to.
Fucking the guys in Vulcan. Just fucking
Yeah,
taking
we're-
everything in the mountain.
Yeah, we're trying to
to,
we're trying to figure out a way to deal with those fucks.
Hey, you fucking figure that out. You're doing us a favor. Seriously, they got them. Also in Marteres. That's where the bigwig is. They got those fucking the little shitbag boys and their little shitbag armor coming around over here. Ooh, the Mars militia. Fucking pricks.
That is, in fact, why we are here. We heard rumor that a castle in this area had a very dangerous magical artifact that we just cannot afford for it to fall in their hands.
Talking about the bloodstone thingy. Antonio, they're talking about the bloodstone.
Damn it.
I mean, that makes sense.
Hmm.
These two cannot keep a secret to save their lives.
Antonio
Uh,
pinches the brow of his nose. Philosopher's stones. Told you it's philosopher. It looks like blood. It smells
It
like
is?
blood. It tastes like blood. Yeah, the philosopher's stone. Yeah, we know of it.
Wait,
we were
taste?
trying to keep it out of. Wait, taste?
Are they just
Yeah,
sucking on it like a
well,
job
it's
maker?
just I could smell the blood on it, so
Okay.
I mean,
It's not that weird,
no,
Ask,
that's
ask our,
understandable.
we got our guy in the stone room. He licks things all the time.
I mean, the one the Ranzagar the Rasta tried to make was made out of dead kids. So
Yes. Oh God.
yeah, he's dead now.
Oh God.
Yeah,
No. No God. Does no one have standards?
But he didn't. Now he's dead.
Oh my God. What a fucking freak.
He was indeed the worst. Don't have to worry about him though.
Good.
That's okay. There's that other wizard.
Because
we
there's
met.
some fucking wizard guy out there killing kids. We're not standing for that shit. Not in my fucking neighborhood. I'll tell you that fucking much.
Ranzagar is dead, but there's some other wizard apparently has a mortar ban around.
Jesus fucking D&D. Jesus. Wait, no. Zeus fucking Christ? Yeah, bold to say that works.
Jupiter fucking Christ.
By the gods!
3 different blasphemies. Let's go.
Zeus fucking Jupiter.
It
My
was so.
Hercules is hairy pants. What the fuck?
That's even
Yeah,
better.
We've ran into a lot of awful rancid people.
What? Fucking Mortarban? I'm honestly
Some people
surprised
are
to even know what
trying-
fucking Mortarban is. There's some fucking guy with Mortarban out there. If I find this fucking guy, I'm gonna cut his fucking balls off.
We give him the description of the wizard who.
All right, the mafia's got a hit on him now.
Some people are trying to rebuild their lives after the plague. Other people are trying to take advantage of it.
Well,
And they call us fucking parasites. I swear to God. Fucking killing
not
kids. I cannot
parasites.
believe they would kill kids.
mhm. Well, cousin, is it okay if I call you that?
Yeah. Look, hey, come over here. And she opens her arms up for a hug.
It's been a while since I've had a
Part of
hug.
The mafia now.
She hugs you and she does the kiss on both cheeks thing.
Thank you. But
And Antonio looks at you, gives you a stern nod, and extends his clawed vampire hand for a handshake.
Yeah.
he'll shake it.
Pulls you in, hugs you. Part of the family now.
It's like, well, it's like, since you know about this bloodstone, do you have it in your possession?
Hey, no, I don't fuck with that guy. You know, wizard shit's good. I got some of my underbosses here. Your wizards. Yo, says one of the shades. You know, I understand the value of it. I personally do not fuck with the wizard shit. I know some vampires like to think, oh, I'm undead. It doesn't matter to me. You can still get fucking blown up and die. You know, everyone's like, oh, a wooden stake to the heart, cutting off the head. Yeah. You know what else kills a fucking vampire? Total explosion. Fucking incinerates it. You know what that does? Destroys the heart, removes the head, and also burns you up. Those are all the things we don't like.
So you at least know of it, though.
Yeah. You encountered it.
Yeah, we you know, we were sort of looking for a place to stay, and then there were 3 pretty quality castles it looked like on the outside that no one was using. So we went to Otranto first, found the little blood nugget, but just a lot of bodies there that we did not want to really deal with.
I see.
So we went over to Caracosa, and both of them sort of stare into the distance for a moment. I'll talk about Caracosa.
That's a great reaction from a vampire.
I think a king of yellowed there. I know it.
We may have dropped the stone there, I think, and yeah,
Dropped it in Caracosa.
we got out of there, and we found this place. A lot less bodies, easier to clean up. Pretty good place. Moved in the statues, got our guys all settled, made friends with the ghosties. Open a couple portals to the underworld. You know, pretty good place. And Shadeside's open for business.
Zagreus is at the light.
Zagreus is great. Isn't Zagreus a good guy? No one fucking knows. You know what? I gonna say it. It's nice to have a god on our side. You know, I fucking got everything. No god of the undead. Zagreus is our boy.
I am going to do my best to spread knowledge of Zagreus.
Hey, you come over here.
Oh no!
All 3 of you, the rest of you, all 3 of you, come over here. Part of the family.
Too bad.
Part of the family now. And Monica comes and like hugs you all and gives you a double kiss. Hey, you, Bubsy, get over here. And one of the skeleton marches forward. Give him the rings. And he gives you rings marked with a skull that has fangs.
Oh.
Show them this. People know you're part of Shadeside. They won't fuck with you.
Well, hopefully no one will fuck with us because of that.
I mean, it shouldn't. Shadeside's, I mean, we're not a legitimate business. You can't really be a legitimate business and be undead. But we're trying to do it on the up and up as much as we can. That's why we made it with the good ladies in Crossroads.
Yes, we heard about that from your package boys.
Hey, you ever been to Crossroads? Great place.
If I have, I just don't remember.
Isn't that where
I'm interested?
Miranda is?
Yeah, it's been a while since Auntie Miranda's.
Oh, hey, you got a map? We'll show you how to get over there.
I'm interested in visiting. I'm half
marks
I'm
for you.
Half witch.
All right, weird way to say that. So you make sure that okay, so it's already on there. Good. You make sure that Crossroads is marked on your map. It is specifically here in the Bleakland.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Magical mishap, 2 souls, 1 body. It's complicated.
You know, I hope you become full witch eventually.
It's all right.
Is that the goal?
No, I've embraced both hands.
You like witchcraft? I got a whole, and Monica starts going on about how, like, yeah, I got this whole room where I do my own witchcraft and stuff. I got these permanent portals that you can just sort of shuffle them a little bit, summon different demons for discussions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we passed by that.
Okay.
We didn't go in because that would be very rude of us.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rude to just go in someone's fucking magic room without asking. But you know what? If you ever want to go in there, we can go in together. I can show you some stuff. We can talk to some guys. Let's see. There's some really good ones. Bifrons is a really nice one. He's a really good guy. He gets a little weepy sometimes. One time we actually got one of the Seven Princes. That was a pretty big deal. No, I wouldn't suggest talking to Boone. He's a fucking no offense, Charmille, but he's a fucking condescending piece of shit.
Ever get Visago?
Yeah, we talked to Visago. She's got some really great deals on various mortal merchandise.
Yeah, she's my grandma.
Oh, look at Grandma's Visago. Makes sense because of the horns.
Yeah, I trained. One half of me trained in wizardry. The other half of me became a witch with a local, an Undyne down south.
You know, when you and I, when we actually get do that thing we adopted, that we want a well-rounded kid.
What's that?
It's out different. Sorry, talking to the wife.
You were cutting out, PT.
Oh, he turned to Monica and said, when we finally get to the place where we did that, we talked about doing eventually adopt. It's what I want for the kid. I want a well-rounded education. Sure. Get a nice, good view of the world.
Well, I must thank you for your hospitality.
Hey, no problem. You want to come anytime. You just show the ring and everyone will treat you real niceys. Even the fucking revenants. I know that they got the brain of a fucking chunk of cheese, but you show them the ring, they know what that means.
Well, in that
Apologies,
case,
did Phil of you?
because as soon as we opened the door, we were immediately jumped.
He shrugs. I've had to do that a couple of times. Sometimes they get off the leash. They're not intelligent, and the default mode is eat everything that's made of meat. So what you gonna do? It's all right. There's always more corpses.
Question, TT.
Yeah.
Goblins are fairly neutral or Fae are fairly neutral towards undead, right?
Yes, there is one variety of undead that Fae are actively hostile towards, which are red caps. They are vampire Fae. The problem is, because of the way Fairyland works, all superstitions become literal truth over there. And so when vampirism was first introduced to Fairyland, there was a lot of superstition about vampirism. And so vampire fairies do not work like normal vampires. They work pretty much as awfully as any imagined mythology of vampires could be.
Oh, God.
So red caps are very much a nightmare to deal with. They're not like normal vampires who just have dietary conditions and prejudice against them that often forces them to live very desperate and selfish lives. Red caps are a special case. But by this point in the timeline, enough is known about normal vampires where a goblin who is even a little bit worldly would be like, yeah, a normal vampire is fine.
Okay.
It's just a person who has to eat very specifically.
Gotcha.
So, it's a medical condition.
It is. It's literally just a medical condition.
Given that, Gor's Speako goes, well, my lord and lady, I might have a suggestion. A bit down south in the woods there, a fellow by the name of Robin Goodfella has taken over. He's not above making a few deals under the table. He's a goblin like myself.
A real trickster.
Don't you know that name? Oh my god. He's fucking seneschal of the fairy courts. You don't know this? I was not nobility before I was turned, okay? I don't know all the fucking bullshit like you do. That's why I married you, because you're smart.
Oh,
Yeah, we're no Robin
Aw.
Goodfellow.
Well, if you get a message out his way, he might be interested in doing business. Especially considering the
All right.
times.
Muggsy, Pugsy, Rodolfo, get over here. I need you to organize some of the skelemen in the shipping industry. You gotta give a message to this Robin Goodfellow guy in a way that does not seem, particularly threatening. See if we can, offer some help in addition to some, don't stake us if we go through your woods. Things. On it,
You
boss.
could tell them that we came through here. He should recognize us.
yeah. Well, I don't think we have rid of us. My name's Leica. This is Janice. You all know Alex. And
Or
All right. Remember those names? Got them written down already, boss. All right, that's a good Muggsy. Oh, if a skeleton could blush, it would blush.
Well, I mean, the one in Last Unicorn did.
he also got hammered off an empty bottle, so fuck if we know.
Yeah. Which
The memory of wine was enough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you
Oh.
for your hospitality.
no problem. Listen, we don't got a lot of things for the living people at the moment because we don't really get many that don't attack on sight. But we do have some rooms available, and I can get some of the guys to sort of fetch something edible. If you'd like to stay the night. It's rough out there. We got those fakakta shitheads in the fucking ant armor out going out and about, so
Don't
So,
worry.
wanna
we-
rest
We'll
and head
take
out in
care
the
of
morning?
that.
So, another question. I know vampires can't eat normal food, but can they, like, drink wine, or is it just something they hold to look refined?
So, Moroi, the living vampires can digest food. But once you are Strigoi or below, once you have died and come back, you can't digest the food, and so we'll either sit uselessly in the stomach or you'll vomit it up, depending on how close to a Moroi you are. These two are obviously Strigoi. I shouldn't say obviously. These two are Strigoi.
Yeah.
So they would vomit if they ate normal food. They can only consume blood or at most like raw meat from a recently deceased creature.
So I was gonna say, so offering them some of the wine's not a great idea. I was just,
Unfortunately, no.
but
They could consume the god bread, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna bring out a loaf of the god bread. And he's actually gonna use one of the leftover militia swords, like cut it and toast it and slice it. Just like this is very
Serving them
particular-
garlic bread. No, not garlic bread. That'd be bad for
the
vampires.
goblin bread.
About oh god, but no wonder they're kind of cross. We're Italian. We can't eat garlic anymore.
Oh god. Anyways, this is a very particular kind of sustenance that undead, even those without bodies, can eat.
God bread is way better than Hades' stuff. No offense to Persephone's cooking.
It's like
You
each
wouldn't
race's
believe who
icon
made
that. It's
it.
like, you're the first person I've met who actually knows what it is.
And he takes a bite. Oh, that's good. Yeah, well, we've had a few talks with the Lord and the Lady. Sorry, King and the Queen. King and the Queen. Don't fuck with us, please. It's okay, Antonio. I went over with him that you're a commoner. You don't know all the terms. You're normally fine when you say Lord and Lady. It's just that.
Well,
I noticed. I saw the statue of Hecate, and when I touched it, I felt her looking.
Well,
Is-
yeah. I made sure our statues were as accurate as they could be, and of course we have the portals to the underworld, so their influence on our castle is now very strong, thanks to these various anchor points for them.
Ah, all right.
Here in Shadeside, we worship the Sithonic Pantheon. not just here in Mediterra, but we've also tried to make sure we're on good terms with the ones in the other. We know Velis, we know Hela, et cetera, et cetera. We're trying to make sure that we're good with the big bosses down below.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Makes sense.
if it, like I said, two people. Half of me was paid reference to Hecate, the other half reference to Minerva.
Right. If
And
you're at least partly a follower of Hecate, that means we're in the same cloth. Stephanic Pantheon. She's one of the biggest.
yeah, I made a deal with an Undine, and she gifted me magic. I hope
What?
she's well.
Fairy. An Undine is like a mermaid, but it's also a fairy. It's like a fairy mermaid. Well, a mermaid's a chimera, and Undine's a fish that just looks like a person. What? Yeah, it's a fairy.
My point being is that Minervans is currently recovering from an assault by the Mars militia. And I understand if that's, too far and too open to be comfortable heading to, but if you decide to, you can reach out with the message that High Philosopher Janice Crow speaks on your behalf.
Yeah, that's a big one, right? That's a big title. Yeah, that's like the that's akin to nobility for the Minervans. I mean, it's not nobility per se, but like you run the town. They run the town.
Sort of. The previous High Philosophers viewed it that way, but it's more accurate that I am Minerva's chosen to go and actually learn, explore, curious.
That's wonderful.
So,
all right,
I've set up a council made up of humans and chimera and the like.
Okay, well, I don't.
Minervans.
Do we need the specifics? Yeah, we need the specifics, dear. Okay, so there's a council as well, but you're like the leader of the council.
Of sorts. They will. I can, be a tiebreaker or offer my own voice to something that if they need help deciding something. But I don't want to, hold
Antonio.
power over everybody.
Antonio, we could actually be legit.
Oh shit!
If we get a deal with them, that's an actual town, a big one, Minervans, that we could walk in. We could be legit.
I made efforts to make.
Can also be legit because Seneschal Puck has also formed a defensive pact with Genitonia too. So
Genitonia, holy fucking shit! That's the queen of the gods. All right.
Yes.
Tony's like, I thought I was being way too quick to put him in the family. Jeez, Louises.
Hey, you're, good people.
Well, that just means you get the benefits of being family, don't you?
And when you say to the vampires that they're good people, both of them have like a heartbreaking look of being touched by that. Because being called good and being called people are both rarities for vampires in Midgard.
I have,
because it is generally assumed the opposite is inherent.
Oh no! I have been through a lot of change recently in my lives. My perspective has changed drastically. Because it's two perspectives now merged into one. And I am, for all intents and purposes, a human chimera. And my friends here, as we've traveled, we've seen everybody. Human, goblin, myrmidont, even some Mars militia, once they're free from their mental bonds, trying to put this place back together after plague. Mars himself wants
He was
this
actually the one who
place
made
to
that bread.
recover.
Yeah,
Believe
he's
it
the
or
one who
not.
made the bread.
We don't have. This country does not need that bigotry and hatred. You are people. You are trying to survive and recuperate and live. And we should all be allowed to do that.
Antonio listens. He nods his head, and he puts his hand over Monica's hand and says,
Aww.
well, if there's one thing I learned when I was bleeding out, this ain't gave me blood, but was sucking mine dry.
Wait,
Is that
what was that?
sometimes
Yeah, your mic is.
oh, sorry. He says, if there's one thing I learned from the day that this angel came to me while I was bleeding out,
Aw.
gave me some of her blood before sucking mine dry, is that sometimes your lowest point, the worst that you suffer, opens a door for you to make a better life for yourself and you. And right now, this world's bleeding out. Ain't no reason we can't come and be their angel of mercy
Mm-hmm.
and get them life where they didn't think there was any to come. We're gonna reach out to these people you told us about. We're gonna offer our services. We're gonna offer our kindness. And if they respond in kind, we'll be one big familia. And we'll show these fakakta Mars militia bastards they don't fuck with this town. They don't fuck with this country. They don't fuck with Mediterra because the people here are strong. And yeah, some of them don't got beating hearts, but who gives a shit?
Indeed. We have a crystal ball. I'll send a message. Oh, there's a Hydra. No, yeah, there's a Hydra in the Desolate Mire. She's cool. Just be aware. There are also other things living there.
Monica reaches into the ruffles of her dress and produces her own crystal ball, and she's like, all right, I got one too. Here, bring yours out. We'll sync up so that way we can, always make it easier to
Give me
call
your
each other.
contact info.
Yes.
Magic transfer. Now you just have to think of her, and you'll be able to reach her if she's near her crystal ball.
Oh yeah. I will send a message to Minervans so that you still write what you have to write, but I'll send a message as well, so all is well.
We'll follow up. We're not gonna prove you a chump. Follow up. Come on.
Hey.
You, Rodolfo, show these good people to the best room we got. They're gonna stay the night. Bugsy, get some of the Skelemen, round them up. Go find something to eat. There's got to be some game that we can track down, a boar or something. We're gonna feed these people. They're our guests for the night before they go tomorrow morning to do their business.
Thank you.
And with that, because I have an early day tomorrow, we are going to wrap up this session. You have befriended one of the hidden side factions of Currents of War, the Shade Side Mafia.
Oh, that was awesome! I did not expect that fucking meeting to go that way, but oh my
Nor
god!
did I. Oh, that's great.
Before I log off or do anything,
You show us the whole map.
we should go back to the main map. So places you could go. You could try and go straight from Shadeside to the Dragon Lair. It is the easiest way. You could go a long way to try and get to Castle Carcosa and Otranto. You can go to Volcan for Marteres. Those are the ones
Bad ideas.
that you can go to. You gotta pick.
Those two are bad ideas.
What, we don't want to hoof it through the countryside and get to Otranto or Caracosa, a place scary enough to, upset vampires.
I kind of vote for the cave, because after we have the dragon unlock, it really doesn't matter where we go from there.
Well, I think like
Yeah.
we just want to get we don't want
If-
anybody
if
else to
you-
get the Philosopher's Stone, so Caracosa is her
If
vote.
you get dragon, you have to take it to Marteres. It's not going to be like Ollie.
Yeah.
At best, you can stop at Volcamp and Marteres. Volcamp before Marteres. But Mars is not going to let you take his uber powerful beloved and
Yeah.
risk its life repeatedly, putting it into dangerous
Yeah,
situations.
no.
wasn't going to. I was just like, hey,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's-
But we are saying, like, it does matter where you go after you get the dragon. You can't take the
Okay.
dragon to Karakos or anywhere else. It's got to go to Marteres, and possibly, you can do Volcamp along the way, but you can't take it to like everywhere else in the map. It's
Yeah.
Volcamp and Marteres are the only other places it will go.
Okay, so we should do the other
Like it,
thing.
like it says, go Caracosa.
Hmm.
Like it's like Caracosa, then go to on Toronto, then Dragon.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like-
fine. I wasn't aware
Okay,
it was a
so-
story mission.
I see. Yeah, if it's possible, like, would it be possible to move through the wilderness to Caracosa?
It would, but it would be more dangerous.
Well, we're dangerous people.
Random
encounters, woo!
Also, how many points do we get this session?
5 at the end of every session, so I'll.
Why would
Plus
you
all the Fabula points you spent. Tally that up.
We had like 4
Yeah.
Fabula points.
You spent a lot. I know you spent a
Fabula
lot.
points now.
We got 3. No, we got 4
Yeah, I know-
total, but we started with 9, so that was 4. So that carried over this. So we have 3 plus 5. So we have.
If you started with 9,
Yep.
then you add 5 for this session, and you add 1 for every Fabula point you spent.
Yep.
Oh, wait, you're talking about sorry. Experience. I was confusing experience and Fabula points in my brain for a second there. So yeah, count up all the Fabula points you spent because each of those equals an experience point.
Yeah.
It was
Let's
4.
see.
It did 4, so 1 carried over to knock the 9 over, then 3, then 3 plus 5 to 7.
Only 4 Fabula points spent? I feel like it was more.
We spent them really fast in a cluster.
Okay. Well, so yeah,
As far as I can
tally
remember,
that
it
up.
was
I'm
only 4.
like either way, you leveled up today, and you're gonna level up next time most likely.
We should probably stop the
um,
recording.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.